A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The Abbott and Costello program, brought to you by Camels, the cigarette that's first in the service. Camels stay fresh because they're packed to go around the world. Listen to the music of Freddie Rich and his orchestra, the songs of Connie Haynes, Billy Gray as Little Matilda, Cliff Nazaro. Tonight's guest, the lovely Paramount star, Miss Veronica Lake, and starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
There you are, Costello. Late again.
You know we have to go to Palm Springs.
Oh, yeah.
Did you borrow Mrs. Niles' car?
Yeah, but I had a terrible accident, Abbott. I upset it. I got to turn it over right away or Mrs. Niles won't like it.
Well, we can do that when we come back from Palm Springs.
No, I got to turn the car over now. Mrs. Niles is going to be mad.
I'll explain it to Mrs. Niles. Where is she?
She's under the car.
What? She's under the car?
Yeah.
Is she in a coma?
No, she's in an evening gown.
No. Well, then let's get Ken Niles to help lift the car.
Oh, Ken is in a good spot to help us.
Well, fine. Where is he?
He's under the car, too.
Oh, my goodness. For goodness sakes, how did this accident happen?
I bumped into another car, Abbott. And boy, was that driver mad at me. He said, for 2 cents, I'll punch you right in the nose.
And what happened?
He ran up a bill of $8.
You were very silly to argue with a driver. Why didn't you call a policeman?
I didn't have to. I hit one.
What?
I hit a policeman.
You hit a policeman? In uniform?
No. I hit him right in the nose.
Oh, this is liable to spoil our whole trip to Palm Springs. Did the cop recognize you?
Yeah.
Could he swear to you?
Could he swear to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I swear right back at him.
That's what I thought.
I said, you David Copperfield, you Tale of Two Cities, you Oliver Twist.
Wait a minute. What did you say that for?
I was giving him the Dickens.
This is a fine thing. Now I have to straighten you out with a policeman. Where is he?
He's under the car, too.
Oh, my God. What are they all doing under the car?
Have you looked for an apartment lately?
Wait a minute. Here comes Mr. and Mrs. Niles. Better beat it, Costello.
Oh, no, you don't. You fat-headed, flabby, car-flipping fool. Oh, do you realize you left me out there under the car holding up the rumble seat?
What a lion, holding up the rumble sheet. I could spoil the whole network right here, but I won't.
Don't stand there like an idiot. What have you got to say?
Good morning, Mrs. Niles.
Don't good morning me.
Good night, Mrs. Niles. That day went fast, didn't it?
Costello, why did you leave Mrs. Niles under the back seat of that car?
Isn't that where they always keep the crank?
Now, just a minute, you worm. Don't try to wiggle out of this. What about me? Look at my suit. I'm a mess.
Without looking at your suit, you're a mess.
But look at the spots all over my suit.
All right, throw the suit away and wear the spots.
Costello, I've had enough. We're going out to get the policeman and sue you for damages.
Damages? But Mrs.
No, that's mine.
Thank you.
Damages, but Mrs. Niles, did you get hurt?
Did I get hurt? I have a big scratch on my crazy bone.
Put your hat on and nobody will notice it.
Oh, come, Kenneth.
Come on, Abbott. Think fast. Think very fast. I got to get out of here before they come back with a cop.
Oh, you can cause more trouble. We're going down to Palm Springs to ask Veronica Lake to appear on our next picture.
Gee, I hope she will.
She will. Now, you wrecked the car we were going to use. What are we going to do? I have it. Well, now we'll have to rent a car.
You mean because I wrecked the car, we got to rent another car?
Yes, we'll have to rent it.
Okay. Where can we get one?
You drive.
I beg your pardon?
You drive.
Me drive?
No, you drive.
I said I drive.
No, you don't drive it. I drive it.
Drive what?
You drive.
Why should I drive when you want to drive?
Now, I am going to drive. Look, Costello, I'm renting a U-Drive, and I drive it.
Then we both drive it.
No. We do nothing of the kind. I drive it. When I say you drive, I don't mean you drive. I mean that I drive, although it's a you drive.
When you say you drive, you don't mean me drive. You mean you drive because me don't drive.
Now you've got it.
Now I've got it.
Now you've got it.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. Look. Hey, Abbott, take it easy. Don't try to get me mixed up.
Go ahead.
Now, look. You go to a place and you rent a car.
Yes.
You, not me, you are driving the car.
Yes.
Where am I sitting?
You are sitting right next to me.
Is there a steering wheel in front of me?
No.
And you're positive that I am not driving?
I'm positive.
And you are driving the car?
Yes.
All right. What kind of a car are you driving?
You drive.
All I can say is somebody better be driving, brother.
No. Look, Costello, I'm trying to explain this. We go and rent a car.
Right. Now, where are we going to get it?
You drive company.
Now I drive company. I thought we were going to Palm Springs alone.
You don't understand. It's hurts you drive.
Well, if it hurts, you drive.
That's right.
That's right. This thing is getting worse.
No, don't you see? The head of the company's hurts.
That's too bad. What hurts him?
Nothing hurts him. Look, every company has to have a head.
Naturally.
This company's head hurts.
Then let him take a nap.
Listen, Costello, please, listen to me. It's hurts you drive all over the country.
If it hurts to drive all over the country, why should I drive to Palm Springs and get hurt?
You don't get hurt. It's Hurts Company.
Hurts Company. I don't want to hurt nobody.
Look, will you listen to me? The man's name is Hurts. He rents cars. You drive. It's you drive all over the country.
Not with that OPA, brother.
Now, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? I mean, after all, that's why I can't go. OPA.
What do you mean, OPA?
Well, I only got a puny A card.
Oh, get out of here.
A German torpedo boat streaks toward an Allied convoy in the Mediterranean. Suddenly, from an American freighter bursts a chatter of rapid-fire cannon. The E-boat quivers, bursts into flame. And a Navy gun crew has saved another shipload of supplies. They've got what it takes, these Navy gunners, and so has their cigarette, Camels, first with men in all the services according to actual sales records. Wherever they are, from Iceland to the Gilbert Islands, their Camel cigarettes will be fresh when they reach them. Cool smoking and slow burning, because Camels are packed to go around the world. More Camel cigarettes overseas may mean less in your store, so be patient. If you can't buy Camels today, try tomorrow. Remember, when you get Camels, you always get more flavor, the result of expert blending of costlier tobaccos. Because Camel's tobacco standard is the same for soldier, for civilian, anywhere in the world.
C-A-M-E-L.
Camel cigarettes, they stay fresh because they're packed to go around the world. Freddie Rich plays the ever-popular Dancing in the Dark.
Well, Costello, here we are at the swanky Lone Palm Hotel, right out here in the middle of the desert.
Oh, I don't like the desert. It's full of insects.
Oh, not at this time of the year.
Hey, Abbott, where do all the little bugs go in the wintertime?
Search me.
No, thanks. I just wanted to find out.
Hey, oh, now listen, please. Stop that. Come on, let's get a room.
Okay.
Oh, clerk.
Oh, jerk.
Just a moment, please. This is a very high-class hotel. I'll have you understand, I'm not a jerk.
You're not even a vibration.
Costello, will you please act like a gentleman?
Okay, kid.
Clerk, we'd like a room.
Very well. Do you want a room with a bath?
What do you think I want to do? Follow the arrow?
Listen, clerk. We're going to make a very important picture. Please. Costello, will you listen to me? Mr. Clerk, we're going to make a very important picture, and we came down here to see Veronica Lake about being our leading lady.
Oh, yes, she's stopping here. Every time I see Veronica Lake, I want to kiss her. My mind says no, and my heart says yes.
Well, what do you hear from your liver?
Well, Mr. Costello, if you'll just sign the register, I'll have the boy show you to your suite.
My what?
Your suite.
You're cute, too. Oh, come on, clerk. Now, what about the room?
All right, Mr. Costello, I have a lovely room for you on the 10th floor. Here's the key, 1006.
Now get going.
Okay. Hey, clerk, I'd like to leave a call for 12 o'clock.
Sorry, we're all out of 12 o'clock calls.
Then call me twice at 6.
Now listen, Costello, please. Will you take that key and get up to the 10th floor and into your room?
Okay. See you later, Abbott.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. Now listen, clerk. I want to meet Veronica Lake right away because, you see, 10th floor? 10th floor? Wait a minute. There's only one floor in this hotel. You haven't got 10th floor.
Oh, good heavens, man, you're right. This is serious. Oh, Mr. Costello, there's no 10th floor. Come right down.
Oh. Costello. Speak to me, Costello. Are you all right? What can I do for you?
Send the boy up for my bags, will you? Hey, come on now, Abbott. Now, let's get out of this place now. Now, I've never been so humidity in all my life.
Humidity?
Yeah, he humiditied me.
Humidity? Humidity means damp.
Then let's get out of this damn hotel.
You can't check out. You just checked in.
Oh, it's a gypsy in me.
No, never mind. Shut up. You can't leave here. Now, we've got to see Veronica Lake.
Okay, but if I stay, I want a room right close to hers.
Well, that's easily arranged. Miss Lake is in 104, and I'll put you in 105.
Ain't you got nothing closer?
Now, look. Never mind, please. Grab the bags and let's get to our room. It's right over there. Now, here's the key. Open the door.
Hey, Abbott, look who's in our room.
And I'm only 3.5 years old.
Matilda, how did you get to Palm Springs? Did you come down here on the Greyhound?
No, the Greyhound was full. I came down on a Pekingese. Uncle Louie, I got a job here in Mr. King Charney's Lone Palm Hotel.
Well, what's your job, Matilda?
I'm chambermaid. I put lace curtains around all the mouse holes in the wall.
Lace curtains around all the mice holes. Why do you do that?
That attracts a higher class mice.
Oh, come on, now get out of here.
Now, listen, Costello.
Hey, Abbott,
What?
that's Matilda knocking on the door again, just to bother me. I'm going to put her over my knee and paddle her. All right, you asked for it.
Ow! Ow! I beg your pardon.
I thought you was only 3.5 years old.
Costello, it's Veronica Lake.
See here, Costello. I came here because the room clerk said you wanted to see me, and this happens. I've never been so humiliated in all my life.
You see, Abbott, she said the same word. That She thinks it's a damn hotel, too.
Dampness has nothing to do with it. I said humiliate, conjugated from the Latin humilius, humilia, humilium. I humiliate, she humiliates, they humiliate. Now do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Everybody in the joint is damp.
Will you stop that and pay attention to Miss Lake?
Yes, Costello. I'll have you know that I studied Latin at my mater's knee.
Your whose knee?
Mater. Mater means mother, and pater means father. Where are your mater and pater?
They went to the theater with my braider and satyr. After all,
Look, Veronica, never mind,
See, I
Costello.
make up all my own
Will
jokes.
you keep quiet, Lou? Please, pay no attention
I'm
to
sorry,
him,
but
Veronica.
you
The
don't
fact
listen.
is, we came down here to see you about being the leading lady in our next picture.
Well, I think that's impossible because I'm down
That's
here
Miss
making...
Blake's line, please.
I beg your pardon. I'm down here making a picture of my own. My director's waiting for me now out on the desert.
I'd like to go with you. How do you get out there?
On a jackass. Did you ever ride a jackass?
No.
Then you'd better get on to yourself.
That's sort of a very, very snappy remark, ain't it? That's a funny joke. I think I'll try it on Abbott. Hey, Abbott!
Now what do you want?
Did you ever ride a jackass?
No.
Then hop on my back.
Huh?
Get off! Get off!
Connie Haynes sings a lovely new ballad, My Heart Tells Me.
My heart tells me this is just a fling. Yet you say our love means everything. Do you mean what you are saying? Or is this a little game you're playing? My heart tells me I will cry again. Lips that kiss like yours could lie again. If I'm fool enough to see this through, will I be sorry if I do? Should I believe my heart or you? My heart tells me I will cry again. Lips that kiss like yours could lie again. If I'm fool enough to see this through, will I be sorry if I do? Should I believe my heart or you?
Maybe you're one of the many people who've tried a Camel cigarette or two, liked them, but just never got around to smoking them steadily. If you are, let me tell you the difference between smoking just one Camel cigarette and smoking a pack or two. You see, Camels do have more flavor, the result of our expert blending of costlier tobaccos. More flavor is what helps Camels to hold up, keep from going flat no matter how many you smoke. When you're on your second pack of Camel cigarettes, make a careful checkup in your T-zone. T for taste and throat. And be your own judge of Camel cigarettes' rich extra flavor and smooth extra mildness. And remember, your Camel cigarettes will stay fresh, cool smoking, and slow burning anywhere because they're packed to go around the world.
C-A-M-E-L-S.
Camel cigarettes. They're first in the service. They've got what it takes.
Whoa, boy! Whoa! Well, here we are, Lou. Here we are on the desert, Costello.
All right, come on now. You had enough. Get off my back.
Oh, pardon me. You know, Costello, you really did give me a good ride.
That's right, pal. I did, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. What are you trying to tie me up to the hitching post for?
Hey, quiet, you guys. We're shooting a picture. Get that camera over here. All right, you extras. Line up on the right. Hey, Joe, bring that dummy over here.
Okay.
Put me down. Put me down.
Hey, Costello, look at those beautiful extra girls over there. Now, as long as we're here, what do you say we date up a couple for tonight?
Oh, no. Not after last night, my friend.
What do you mean?
We had a couple of girls last night.
Well,
remember?
so, all right.
You had the best looking one.
So what?
Yours had teeth.
Now, wait a minute, please. Never mind that. Yours had teeth, too.
I'll say she did.
Yeah.
Mine had so much bridge work every time I kissed her, I had to pay toll.
All right, never mind that.
I mean, after all, come on. And another thing, Abbott.
What?
We're down here for business.
I know
Forget
that.
girls. We've got to get Veronica Lake in our picture.
All right, there's a dressing room over there. I'll knock on the door.
Oh, it's you boys again. I told you at the hotel that I wouldn't appear in your picture.
But, Veronica, you're making a great mistake. We've had a lot of experience in the theater. I was in Tobacco Road.
What did you do, empty the ashtrays?
Boy, she sure told you, Abbott.
Just a minute, Costello. Where did you ever act?
Where did I ever act? I played in The Way of All Flesh.
What part did you play?
I was one of the meatballs.
I didn't recognize you in that.
You didn't recognize me, eh? Well, I was wearing a spaghetti toupee.
Well, that's the first time you ever used your noodle.
Well, I guess it's no use, Costello. Veronica will only make a picture with glamour boys.
I'm a glamour boy. Just the other night, Hetty Lamar told me I was her idea of a lover. Then her husband walked in.
Then what happened?
Her idea was carried out.
I'll tell you what I'll do, fellows. We're just about to shoot a scene from my picture.
That scene is shot. Now what about the next one? Veronica, we're already on the set.
Oh, here comes my director. Oh, Cliff, I want you to meet Mr. Costello. Mr. Nazzaro, Mr. Costello. Mr. Abbott, Mr. Nazzaro. Mr. Costello, Mr. Abbott, Mr.
Getting
Abbott.
kind of crowded. Let's get some more chairs, will you? Jesus, quiet.
Cliff, can you use these two boys in our picture?
Yes, I think so. I need a lover and a stunt man.
I'm a lover.
I'm stunted. Now, wait a minute, Abbott. You're no lover.
Now, what do you mean? When I come on the screen, women sit up and notice me.
Oh, yeah? The women who notice you are too old to sit up.
Cliff, we're wasting time. Why don't you explain the scene to the boys?
All right. Now, boys, this is a very simple scene. The camera catches Veronica and Abbott in an embrace. Costello, you come into the room, and I want you to walk over to Racerade, lift up the caster, pull in your sailor race, and point around the cattle road to separate Merriman.
How can Abbott do that to me?
You don't stand for it. You grab Veronica in your arms and you say, Veronica, I'm alone since the final rate. And every time that I pull, you see a little crater brain. I want you to kill it free so not the bone vice. For the times that I sang with him and penny quarters celebrate my 5%. Did you get it?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't say it.
Why don't you pay attention? He's directing you, Lou.
Costello, I want you to know that you can't insult my director.
Absolutely not. After all, I just told you I want you to go over to Veronica. Pick up the Santa Grace, not the little cast and hope with some minor balls. I want you to walk towards her. Put your arms, put that little Santa Grace, pull it for the face, and speak this sort of thing. And I know what I'm saying.
You and nobody else.
There you go again, insulting him. I can't understand you.
You can't understand me. Listen to him.
What's the matter with you, Costello? Can't you take direction? Mr. Nazzaro is a famous director.
Yes. You mean to tell me you never saw Gorham with the Samadras? Or for whom the bells toll the Samadras to pay the buildings?
I never saw them, but I saw Guadalcanal to dip.
You mean Guadalcanal did?
Did it? I saw it twice.
Will you stop that, please?
Let's get back to the scene, Cliff. Mr. Costello was just about to make love to me.
All right, Veronica. Now, Costello, listen once more. You fall in love with Veronica and propose to her. I want you to give me that depth of assorted grace when it pays. And I want you to go over to her and bring out the cat and bring out the Santa Force of the times when you love, not Carrie Brad and those other actors as race. I want you to stand forward and celebrate. Don't you agree with me?
Yeah, but what about the children?
Listen. He didn't mention any children.
But he could have.
Now, listen, Veronica, I've got a reputation. And I don't have to stand for this because if I have to stand, listen, these fellas from tell me that I've directed formeries, I've made Cantrons, Faltrons, English Salad Trays, Crop Pots, and never made a force of the picture. And I'm ordering to sell it, and I'll do it, too.
And he means every word of it.
Look, folks, I realize I lost my head, and there's just one more thing I'd like to say before I go.
Yeah, I'm glad he said that because he's a nice fella.
Yes, he certainly is, Costello. Just think, after the way you treated him. He was big enough to walk back and say, Scanaflanis and Alistenison.
And that means a lot, too.
Yes, Lou. What have you got to say?
I mean, after all, what can I say? After the fellow was big enough to come back and say, Scanaflanis.
Lou, if you hadn't been so frantic when he came into Thrallin and Clivisade, he wouldn't have been so pellucid.
Pellucid? That's the one thing I didn't do to him, pellucid. I mean, what does he want from me?
What does he want from you? Why, at this very moment, he might be outside guilt-fending.
No, not guilt-fending. Oh, Abbott, come on. We haven't got a minute to lose.
Where are we going?
We're going outside and guilt-fend with him.
Get out of here!
Abbott and Costello will be back in just a moment.
Thanks to the Yanks of the Week. Tonight we salute Cavalry Lieutenant David C. Weber of Piedmont, California, who has been awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for extraordinary heroism in Sicily. Trapped with a small patrol between a blown-out bridge and 4 enemy tanks, he ordered his men, armed only with machine guns, to fire. When their ammunition was exhausted, he told his men to seek cover and jump directly in the path of the tanks, firing a Tommy gun at point-blank range, killing the entire crew of the leading tank and enabling his men to hold out until reinforcements came. In your honor, Lieutenant David Weber, the makers of Camels are sending to our soldiers overseas 300,000 Camel cigarettes.
Each of the 4 Camel shows honors a Yank of the Week, sends 300,000 Camel cigarettes overseas, a total of more than 1 million Camels sent free each week. In this country, the traveling Camel caravans have thanked nearly 3.5 million Yanks with free shows and free Camels. Camel broadcasts go out to the United States 4 times a week, a shortwave to our men overseas and to South America. Listen Friday night to Jimmy Durante and Gary Moore. Saturday night to Bob Hawke in Thanks to the Yanks. Monday night to Blondie. And, of course, Thursday night, it's Abbott and Costello with their guest, Arthur Treacher. And now, here's Abbott and Costello with a final word.
Thanks, Ken. Well, Costello, I'm certainly glad to be away from the Lone Palms Hotel in Palm Springs and all that trouble.
That's right, Abbott. And I... Come in.
Costello, I'm Officer O'Houlihan. You're under arrest for causing personal damage to Mrs. Niles and to her car. I'm taking you to the station house.
Oh, yeah? Where's your patrol wagon?
The patrol wagon broke down.
Then how are we going?
You drive.
You drive! Not me, brother!
Oh, resisting an officer, eh? Take that!
Ooh.
Now, what have you got to say?
It hurts!
That's what I've been trying to tell you all day.
Tell me what?
Hurts you drive.
All right, I'll drive.
Tune in next week for another great Abbott and Costello show with our guest, Arthur Treacher. And remember, Camel cigarettes are first in the service. They've got what it takes. Camels stay fresh because they're packed to go around the world. Veronica Lake will soon be seen in the Paramount picture, Hour Before the Dawn. This is Ken Niles wishing you all a very pleasant good night from Hollywood.
More pipes smoke Prince Albert. Find out for yourself why PA's got so much pipe appeal. Why more pipes smoke Prince Albert than any other tobacco in the whole world. Just open up a big red 2-ounce package of Prince Albert and light up a pipe full. See how fragrant, how mild and sweet smoking it is. Notice how easy and comfortable Prince Albert is on your tongue, because it's no-bite treated. See how well Prince Albert packs and burns and draws, because it's crimp cut. Yes, sir, get a package, and you'll find out why more pipes smoke Prince Albert. It's the National Joy Smoke. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
KFI, Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word is name. N-A-M-E.
Really?
You bet your life.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz show transcribed from Hollywood. Groucho meets our first contestants in just 1 minute. Here he is, the one, the only...
Well, here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win up to $10,000. And if any of them say the secret word, they'll win an extra $100. George, who's first?
Well, Groucho, Louise Randall Pearson is waiting to talk to you now, and her partner is special guest, a good friend of yours, Mr. Sammy Kahn.
Well...
So fortune and please and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Sammy, glad to see you.
Glad to see you.
Glad to see you. We'd both be sued by Phil Silvers. Sam here happens to be a very good fair-weather friend. Incidentally, he also happens to be one of the country's leading songwriters. Isn't that true, Sam?
Unquestionably.
He's also very modest. And you are Louise Randolph Pearson, huh?
Yes.
That's a very imposing moniker, Louise. Are you married?
No, I've been a widow for 10 years.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, what do you do for a living? How do you get along?
Oh, I write. I write a daily column for the Santa Monica Evening Outlook and a couple of feature articles a week about interesting personalities.
Would you like to quit working and try another crack at matrimony, Louise?
Well, I'll tell you, you know how it is. You sit around...
No, I absolutely don't know how it is.
Oh. Well, you sit around in the evening, and it's kind of lonesome, and you think, oh, if I only had somebody deductible beside me.
Ah, love is a proud and gentle thing. It's nice to know that the fair sex still places some value on a husband. Apparently, you consider a husband almost as important as a bad debt. Sammy, let's get back to you. What are some of the big smashes you've written?
Well, I've written songs like Bei mir bist du schön.
You always write in German?
No, only when I'm stealing from a German.
Oh. What German was that you stole that from?
I never wanted to know his name, so he couldn't accuse me.
Wait a minute, you said the secret word. You said a secret word, which happens to be named, so you get $50, Louise. Woo. And Sammy, and I know you need this desperately, you get $50. Well,
she didn't like me when she met me.
She didn't? I don't believe that. Is this true, Louise?
No, I thought he was awfully serious, and I thought he knew so much more than I did that I wasn't going to have a chance.
Well, you're partners, you know.
I didn't know that till she took the 50.
Well, tell us some of the other songs that...
Well, I wrote Bei mir bist du schön.
You said that.
I wrote it twice, actually.
Oh, you mean the second verse?
Then I wrote a weather song called Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. I wrote a song like Give Me 5 Minutes More. I wrote songs like I've heard that song before, etc., etc., etc. That's what best one, etc.
Well, just about everything you write turns out to be a hit. How long do you sit at a piano before you come up with one of these blockbusters?
I don't sit at a piano. I sit at a typewriter.
Typewriter? How do you get music out of a typewriter?
I don't get music. I get words. I write the words.
Sammy, you've written a lot of songs for pictures. Didn't you win an Oscar a few years back?
Yes, I did win an Oscar, and I am proud to say that I am one of the few songwriters who has also won.
That's so. You don't have to be grammatical. They know you're a songwriter.
Who has also won an Emmy.
What did you get the Oscar for?
I got the Oscar for 3 Coins in the Fountain.
Well, what song do you think will cop the award this year, Sam?
Well, frankly, I think that the very, very best song this year is the song All the Way from the Joker's Wild.
I saw the picture, and I've heard the song. Sinatra had a record of it, too, didn't he? Now, why did you pick that over all the others? There are hundreds of songs this year.
I wrote it.
Now, he's certainly the most modest songwriter you've ever seen. Who was the mediocrity who wrote the music?
Some talented fellow named Jimmy Van Heusen.
Could you sing the song for us?
Groucho, I'd love to do All the Way, but could I do it with the orchestra?
Orchestra, will you join him? Have you got any glue out there? He wants to be joined.
We will do it in the key as written. When somebody loves you, it's no good unless he loves you. All the way. Happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you. All the way. Who knows where the road will lead us? Only a fool would say. But if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way. All the way.
You know that Sinatra sings that better alone than we sing it together? Sammy, it was nice having you here tonight, and I hope your song wins the Academy Award. Now, let's play You Bet Your Life. You have selected professions of famous people. I'm going to ask you some questions. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. You ready?
Yes.
What was Alexander Graham Bell's profession?
I would say he was an inventor.
That's right. What made Jacques Cartier famous?
Jewelry.
C-A-R-T-I-E-R.
He was a jeweler, a designer of jewelry.
J-A-C-Q-U-E-S. C-A-R-T-I-E-R.
Cartier? My guess is he was a jeweler.
I thought he was a dancer.
I claim he invented the telephone. Actually, he was an explorer. He discovered the St. Lawrence River. You got mixed up with that expensive fellow in New York.
Yeah. I didn't know there was another Cartier.
Oh, shit. Why, your wife must have a lot of jewelry. Who was Ruggiero Leoncavallo?
He was a composer.
Yeah.
You now have one right.
Who was Charles Dana Gibson?
He was an artist.
Charles Dana Gibson. All right, illustrator artist.
You're halfway to $1,000 now. Get the next 2 right and it's yours.
How did James Watt make his living?
He was an inventor.
That's right. You don't remember what he invented, huh?
I believe I do. But if it's important,
No, it isn't, no.
I don't know what he did then.
Actually, he invented the steam engine. Now, what was the profession of George A. Custer?
He was a fighter.
Yes. He also made pies, didn't he? Custer pies?
Did they get that right?
Yeah, they got
Oh, then you got 4 in a row. You win $1,000.
4 in a row. Now you won $1,000.
She's liking me better all the time.
Oh, yes.
You can keep it and quit, or else you can come back later and try to double your money. You may even get a chance at $10,000. So go over there and sit down and think about it, kids. And whatever you decide to do, thanks for being on the show. Out of it, Ed.
In just a moment, our second couple will join Groucho to play You Bet Your Life. Groucho, we have a couple of single girls who are anxious to talk to you. They're Dolores Olson and Sandy Silence. So, girls, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Let's see. Who are you? Your name is?
Sandy.
You're both named Sandy?
No, mine's Dolores.
Your name is Dolores, huh? Which one is the oldest? Which one is Dolores? That's you?
I'm 20.
And how about you?
I'm 22.
Oh. Why are you here together? Are you sisters?
No.
Brothers? Why are you here together?
Mr. Fitterman found out that we're roommates.
I beg your pardon?
So.
What was that?
Mr. Fitterman.
Mr. Fitterman? What show is he connected with? You don't mean... You mean Fenneman?
That's right.
Does he tell you his name was Fenneman? Hey, Fenneman, come on here. You changed your name, I see. Oh, have you been doing this for a long time?
What?
Using two names?
Huh?
Why do you call yourself Fenneman when you met these guys?
I think she
You know
me.
they'd find out your name was Fenneman. Why did you do this, George?
I didn't do anything, honest.
They told me that you said that your name was Fenneman. Now, you must have been doing it for some reason. When I use a different name, there's a reason for it. I'm sure there is when you do it. Aren't you a married man?
Up till now, I was, yes.
How did you find out they were roommates?
Well,
George, I'm not criticizing you. I just want to know what technique you use, that's all.
Actually, a friend of mine told me about the girls.
A friend of yours knew these girls, and he introduced you to them?
Yeah, well, he told me. I wasn't even there.
You know that old line, the light that lies in a man's eyes and lies and lies and lies. Well, there it is, folks. The private life of George Fitterman. Now, Sandy, where did you meet Dolores?
A couple of years ago, we worked at NBC in Portland.
You worked at NBC in Portland. Well, it's a wonderful network, NBC, and I'm glad you're with us. Portland, I salute you. NBC adds another affiliate. What station does NBC have in Portland?
It wasn't a station, it was the National Biscuit Company. NBC just lost another affiliate. Now, what did you do for the National Biscuit Company? I packed cookies for about 3 weeks, and then I was fired.
Why? Were you putting too many cookies in the box?
No, it was...
Why did they fire you?
It was a personality clash.
With who?
My boss.
I mean, well, what happened? I mean, was he fresh?
No.
Well, what other reason could there possibly be?
I think he thought I didn't know how to pack cookies too well.
Well, it's not easy, you know, putting those things in a box. Believe me, it's quite a job. What did you do for the NBC Biscuit Company, Dolores?
Oh, I fed cookies to machines and watched them go down a conveyor belt.
Well, that's interesting. It's something like Niagara Falls, isn't it? Well, now we have you in L.A., Dolores. How did you go about making your fortune after you landed here?
I got a job working at an aircraft office as a private secretary.
Oh, well, that's much better, isn't it, than feeding cookies into an iron machine? How long did this job last?
3 weeks.
Why'd you quit?
Well, I didn't really quit. They let me go after they found out I couldn't type.
You got a job as a secretary and you couldn't type?
Well, I can't type. I don't know shorthand. I don't like to file.
He must have hated to see you go, huh? You must have had more coffee breaks than all of Brazil. Well, what was your next job?
I went to work at Hughes Aircraft Company in their blueprints department. I handled missile and airborne prints.
You handled missiles? If I could get the audience to chip in, would you like to go to Moscow? I mean, and be in their employ over there in the missile department? Well, you're charming girls, and I've enjoyed talking to you. Now, let's see how much you know. Now, you selected the dictionary quiz, and since you don't know anything about an office, I imagine you're going to be great at this. Now, I'm going to say something, and you're going to give me the meanings. Mr. Fitterman, you've met. You miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Now, what is a statute?
Statute?
S-T-A-T-U-T-E.
Well, I think it's a kind of a law.
You don't have to go any further. Say, you've got plenty on the ball there, kid.
You have one right.
How do you like that, huh? Your friends are doing well, aren't they, George? Huh?
I'm not going to say anything.
I think you said plenty before they come out. What kind of an animal is a dromedary?
A dromedary?
Talk it over. Come on, girls.
Kind of a rat?
Let's keep George out of it. It's a camel. You should have known that.
A what?
A camel. They know the hard ones. They just don't know the easy ones. Now, what is myopia?
Could you spell it, please?
I'll try. M-Y-O-P-I-A. Myopia. The adjective is myopic.
Myopic?
Yes.
I think it has something to do with singularly or one.
No, it means nearsightedness.
Myopia?
No, they're all through.
I'm afraid you've gotten... Well, I know you've gotten two.
I'm sorry you missed two in a row because of the relationship between you three. We don't want you to go away empty-handed. So I'm going to ask you one question for $100. What was the profession of the famous painter, Rembrandt?
I guess he was an artist.
No, I'm sorry. He wrote Beethoven's 8th Symphony. But thanks for being with us. So you win $100, and we were delighted to have you on the show. You're a couple of fine guys.
We'll find out if our first couple will try for $10,000 in just a moment.
George, who's going to try for the $10,000?
Louise Randall Pearson and Sammy Kahn. Would you come in, please?
Sammy Kahn?
Have you their decision?
Sam, you're not satisfied with what you've won.
I'm satisfied, but I'm also older.
Well, you've won $1,000 so far. Now, if you decide to try for the 10 and you fail, you wind up with a total of $500. Now, what are you going to do?
We're going to try for it.
You're going to try? Well, pick a number.
5.
5. If any number besides the one you pick comes up, the question is worth $2,000. If your number comes up, the question is worth $10,000. Give it a try. Go on. Your number was 5 and it landed on 2, so this question is worth $2,000. Now, there's a prominent line painted on all large ships to indicate the depth to which the vessel may be submerged by loading. For $2,000, what is the name for this line? Talk it over. Take a guess.
Submersion?
No, it's the Plimsoll line.
Anybody knows that.
Why, sure.
It's a well-known. I'm sorry you missed it, so you wind up with $500. That isn't too bad. Congratulations. And thanks for being on the show. And Sammy, your songs are just wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, hello. Come right in. Oh, George, we've got company, and they're all in uniform.
This is Bill Goodwin, inviting all you servicemen and women to enjoy another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, our tenor Jimmy Cash, and Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, it seems that the latest fad among the housewives of America is to attend the auctions of second-hand furniture and antiques, which are being held in just about every town. Gracie and her neighbor, Mrs. Morton, are no exception. $1.20 is bid. How about $1.25?
$1.30.
The little lady bids $1.30. How about $1.35?
$1.40.
Little lady says $1.40. How about $1.45?
$1.50.
$1.50. How about $1.55?
$1.50.
Sold to the lady for $1.60.
Gracie, why do you keep bidding? Oh, Blanche, that man on the platform doesn't scare me just because he's got a hammer in his hand. I've outbid him every time.
$1.60 for the coffee grinder wasn't bad, but you certainly paid a big price for that bedspread.
Yeah, that was a mistake. You see, I bought that for Trixie Sagwell. I thought at last I was getting her a handsome man.
By getting her a bedspread?
Well, when the man said with touch, how did I know he didn't mean Sonny?
Pardon me, ladies. The articles you bought this afternoon come to exactly $40.
Oh, good grief. I didn't know we bought that much. I'm almost broke, Gracie.
Me too. Mr. Auctioneer, just send us the bill the first of the month.
Oh, sorry. This is a cash sheet. Can't pay. You shouldn't have bid.
Can't pay? My good man, have you a blank check on the Southeast branch of the Northwest Canadian Farmers and Merchants Banking and Trust Company?
Yes.
You have? Blanche, that usually stops them.
I'll hold your things until 7 o'clock. If you aren't here with the money, they'll be sold. Bye, Dave.
Oh, gee, we don't want to lose those wonderful antiques. There's only one thing to do, Blanche. You ask your husband for 20, and I'll ask my husband for 20.
All right. But let's face it, Gracie, getting $20 out of our husbands is going to be like pulling their teeth.
Yeah. Well, come along, Dr. Cowan.
Coming, Dr. Beecham.
The car's in the garage, Blanche. George is home. So's Harry.
You think George will give you the $20, Gracie?
Oh, yeah, I've got a system that never fails. Harry. I'll tell him how sweet he is, handsome and smart.
That's the system I use on Harry. And then if that fails, I flog him with a bowl.
Oh, my goodness, I've never laid a bowl on George. Except to cut his hair.
Well, just so you get the 20. I'll catch with you later.
Hello, honey.
But, Johnny, what are you doing here?
Johnny?
Oh, it's you, George. I thought you were Johnny Weissmuller.
Really?
Well, yeah. Of course, now that my eyes are used to this light, I see it was a silly mistake. You're a much younger man.
Oh, I'm not so much younger than Weissmuller. Am I?
Oh, right now you look like 20 to me.
I do?
Yeah, and you have a much better figure than Weissmuller, too. He thinks he's so much, going around pounding on his chest. Now, your chest looks like it's really been pounded. You're my big, strong, handsome, generous ape man.
Gracie, whenever you flatter me like this, you usually wind up asking for money.
Really? Do you usually give it to me?
Yes.
You're my big,
All right. That's enough.
Is that $20 worth already?
What do you want $20 for?
Well, I thought...
Don't tell me you want to buy some more of those stupid antiques you've been lugging home from those auctions.
Don't tell you that, huh?
Well, because I wouldn't give you a penny. Look at this house. Turns, umbrella stand, coffee grinder, bedpost.
All of which I make into useful articles of furniture, George. Now, yesterday I brought home an old brass coffee pot and made it into a table lamp.
Well, what became of the table lamp we had?
I made that into a tea kettle.
Well, what happened to our tea kettle?
I made that into a flower pot.
And the flower pot?
That's now a darling little radio.
What's become of the little radio we had?
Well, I had to have something to boil water in.
Why didn't you use the table lamp?
Oh, George, now you're being silly.
Yes, I'm very silly. What antiques did you buy today?
Oh, something you'll be needing, dear. I bought a baby bed.
A baby bed?
And
now, of all the silly things... A baby bed? You mean we're going to have some use for a baby bed?
We certainly are, darling.
Oh, gee, honey, sit down. When do you expect to start using this baby bed?
Just as soon as I can make it into a coffee table.
Oh, nuts. That's all we need yet. An antique baby bed made into an antique coffee table.
Come in.
I don't want that piece of junk around the house. Oh, excuse me. Did I step into the middle of a family tiff? Oh, hello, Bill. Trying to convince my wife that it's silly to keep a useless old broken-down antique around the house and she ought to get rid of it. But George, where you go? You're a scream, Willie. I'm going upstairs.
Oh, Bill, now you made him mad, and I never will get the 20 I need. Unless, maybe I borrowed it from you?
Sure, Gracie. I can let you have 20.
Oh, you're a cheap.
Oh, I'm glad to do it. I'm sure 20's enough. You can have 40 if you want it.
Well, Bill, will you lend me the $20? George wouldn't give me a cent.
Well, gee, Gracie, I really haven't got it. Besides, if George doesn't give you any money, you can't pay it back.
Can't pay it back? My good man, have you a blank check on the Southeast branch of the Northwest Canadian Farmers and Merchants Banking and Trust Company?
Yes.
I must find a new bank.
Jimmy Cash, our young tenor, sings to you the romantic ballad, It Could Happen to You. Sing it, Jimmy.
Hide your heart from sight, lost your dreams at night. It could happen to you. Don't count stars or you might tremble. Someone drops the sky and down you tumble. Keep an eye on spring sun when church bells ring. It could happen to you. All I did was wonder how your arms would be, and it happened to me.
Can't you think of some way I can get $20 from George?
Well, why don't you wait till he goes to sleep and take the money out of his billfold?
Oh, no, he'd wake up.
Oh, not if you were real quiet.
Oh, yes, he would. I'd have to turn him on his back to get to the inside pocket of his nightgown.
Dixie, you mean he sleeps on that little round tummy of his?
Oh, yes. You see his feet and his head kind of balanced, and with just a little start, he can rock himself to sleep.
Let's get pretty seasick in the first place.
Yeah. Well, you see, Bill, the trouble is that I don't dare tell George what the $20 is for. If he finds out it's to pay for antiques, he'll have a fit.
Here he comes downstairs. Tracy, I'll see you a little later. I'm going to run down to the cigar store.
Oh, George, before you go, can I have that $20?
What's it for?
2 would be all right. Or 4 5.
What's it for?
Oh, you can give me 5 4s.
What's the $20 for?
Oh, 3 6s and a 2.
Gracie, I'm not giving you any money until you tell me what you want it for.
You're not?
No.
Oh. Well, so long, dear.
So long.
Oh, wait a minute, George. I can put the breakfast down soon.
Oh, yes. Goodbye.
No, you forgot to give me the $20.
What's it for?
Oh, it's so long, dear.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's a man for you. If I had my way, there wouldn't be any men in this world. Just women and children.
The good Deacon Jones sends his deepest regrets. Yowza. To the members of the flock who are new around here, there's something about the deacon that we want to make clear. Who is honored and respected, Deacon Jones. Who's so kind and unaffected, Deacon Jones. When a sinner's moaning low, who will share his share of woe? Lordy, Lord, hallelujah, Deacon Jones. Who's so handsome and good-looking? Deacon Jones.
Yes, sir.
Who can smell that rooster cooking?
Deacon Jones.
That's right, brother.
Who gets all the chicken breast? Leaves the triplets for the rest. Lordy, Lord, hallelujah, Deacon Jones. Deacon Jones. Deacon Jones. Lordy, Lord, hallelujah, Deacon Jones.
Gracie, don't...
Excuse me, Bill. Come in.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Burns.
Hello, Mr. Postman.
Why, Mrs. Burns, there's a frown on your pretty little face today. Have you been fooled by the fickle finger of fate?
No, I'm just upset because my husband wouldn't give me any money.
The brute. He doesn't realize how lucky he is to have you. I wish you were my wife, Mrs. Burns. We could make such beautiful music together.
Mr. Postman, you mustn't say things like that.
We could have such a wonderful married life. We just sit around all day and make one another laugh.
Mr. Postman, please, I'm happily married. You don't realize what you're saying.
Oh, forgive me. I lost my head. I'm such an impetuous boy. Well, goodbye, Mrs. Burns. Remember, keep smiling.
Hey, you know something? I think the postman's got a crush on you, Gracie.
Oh, he doesn't mean anything. Oh, here comes Blanche up the door. Maybe your husband gave her enough money for both of us. Come in, Blanche. Did Harry give you the money?
No, I couldn't get a cent out of my old goat of a husband.
Yeah, well, I couldn't get any out of mine either.
Hello, Miss Morton.
Oh, hello, Bill. Bill, I'll bet when you get married, your wife won't have this trouble.
You're darn right she won't. My wife's going to have everything. 2 or 3 cars, jewelry, fur coats, expensive clothes, and more money than she can possibly spend.
Gee, when are you going to get married?
Just as soon as I find a girl who's got all that.
Well, Gracie, what are we going to do? If we haven't got the money there by 7 o'clock, that auctioneer will sell everything.
Yeah, I know. And that's that wonderful antique. That big, beautiful chest with Napoleon's picture on it.
And that bust of Shakespeare. And that great big figure of Hercules.
Yeah. Oh, I especially wanted that to put in our bedroom. And then, when George is away on a business trip or something, and I'm lonesome for him, I could just look at that figure of Hercules, and it would remind me of our honeymoon.
It would?
Yes. The man who owned the hotel where we stayed was built just like that.
Oh, Gracie, why do our husbands have to be such tightwads?
Yeah. You'd never know George is the same man who wrote me those passionate love letters.
George wrote passionate love letters?
Yeah, before we were married. I keep them right here in this desk drawer. There, now, listen to this lad. Dearest Funny Bunny.
Funny Bunny?
Well, he has lots of names for me. Funny Bunny, Peekins, Lollipop Pie.
Do tell me more.
Well, no, the other ones were just silly.
Oh, I see.
Dearest Funny Bunny, tonight as I think of you, my heart beats like a dynamo in my bosom. I am always single with the electricity of love. Well, Blanche, what do you think of that?
Wonderful. Too bad he had a short circuit later on.
Smart. Until I heard from you today, there was no sunshine in my life. I was on the verge of leaving my hotel and wandering through the streets, but your sweet letter came in time. Thanks for the $20.
Now I recognize the style.
Well, you know something, Blanche? I ought to leave this letter around so George could see it. That would remind him how sweet he used to be. Might be an idea. Where would he be sure to see it? Let me see now. When he comes home after a hard day at the office, he usually makes a beeline for the rise. He does? Yes. So I'll leave it in the bread box.
I think I'd just leave it here on the table, Gracie.
Yeah. Oh, all right, Blanche.
Hi, Connie. Oh, Gracie. Hey, Gracie. You get your desk. There'll be a note from me here on the table. Wait a minute. The envelope is addressed to Gracie. Here's the funny. Dynamo in my bosom. Electricity of love. Thanks for the $20. Holy smoke. So that's what she wanted the $20. Gracie, it's got a gigolo. Time for Felix Mills in his orchestra. Here, Kentucky.
Soon I'll be going where the pop trees are growing in Kentucky. Things will be blooming when I go where there's room in old Kentucky. Kentucky, where the sky is blue and the grass is blue and the funniest style of welcome and smile is make the water for you. There's somebody waiting to begin celebration in Kentucky. I'm not denying that my heart will be flying when I get to Kentucky. I declare it's heaven with all those wonders in store. Oh, Lord, make me lucky when I get to Kentucky. Let me stay there forevermore.
Well, George found a love letter addressed to Gracie asking her for money. Now, he doesn't remember that he wrote it himself about 10 years ago, so he thinks Gracie is being pursued by a gigolo. Meanwhile, Gracie is on the telephone having her own troubles with the auctioneer.
But I'm trying to get that $20 for you, Mr. Auctioneer. No, please don't call my husband for it. My goodness, if he knew I bought all those antiques, he'd be furious.
Gracie.
Oh, I'll have to hang up now. I hear my husband coming. Goodbye.
Gracie, I found out who you wanted that $20 for.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, he wants it right away. You just telephoned me.
Gracie, why give that man money? What if he thought that I haven't got it?
Oh, George, you should see that big, beautiful chest with Napoleon's picture on
it. He let you see his chest?
Well, I even pounded on it to see how strong it was.
Gracie, you didn't.
Well, sure, lots of women did, even Mrs. Martin.
There are other women who see it?
Why, George, you can't get near his place. It's mobbed with women. They bid against each other.
This guy must be the new Van Johnson. Gracie, what made you start a thing like this?
Well, George, it's your fault.
My fault?
You told me to find myself a hobby.
Well, that's a fine hobby.
Well, would you rather have me play bridge like the other women?
I certainly would.
Oh, Judge, you just prejudice. Oh, why don't you come along with me tonight? You'd enjoy it.
Me?
Well, certainly. He's got the bust of Shakespeare, and he's got the figure of Hercules, and
I don't want to hear anymore. I'll see you later.
Oh, my goodness. Never saw a man so dead set against antiques. Well, I still got to get that $20 somehow. Come in.
Hello again, Mrs. Burns. I was so excited when I was here before, I forgot to give you your mail.
Oh, Mr. Postman, am I glad to see you. Have you got $20?
Why, yes.
Oh, would you lend it to me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Burns, but my wife gave me this $20 to buy you a suit this afternoon. If I come home without a suit, she'll have a tizzy.
Oh, I see. If I have suit. How would you like to buy one of Mr. Burns' suits?
Oh, I could never buy the kind of suit Mr. Burns wears. My wife wouldn't let me spend that kind of money.
She wouldn't?
Oh, no. She makes me spend at least $18 for a suit.
Well, just take a look at my husband's things. They're right here in this hall closet. Now, here's a beautiful pair of lounging pajamas.
Oh, they are nice. I just love those flowers on them. And I'm afraid the pants wouldn't fit me.
Oh, nonsense. You just gather them up in the back and you'll have a beautiful bouquet to sit on.
Well...
Oh, and here's a handsome sports jacket, Mr. Postman. Why don't you slip it on?
All right, I will. Oh, my goodness, this doesn't fit me at all. Feels awfully lumpy in the back.
Well, no wonder. Your mail bag is underneath it. Move the bag around to the front and it'll fit you just like it does George.
I'll take it.
Oh, good. And how about this nice double-breasted blue
What's that? Hey, Bill. Why, George, what are you doing hiding behind those bushes? I'm waiting for someone. Are you little rascal? Is you cute? No. Some gigolo is trying to take Gracie away from me. And I'm watching the house to see who it is. No fool. Well, has anybody gone in? Nobody but the postman so far. Oh, the postman. Oh, well, there's nothing to worry. Wait a minute. Postman? George, he's the guy. Now, Bill. It's true. I overheard him talking to Gracie this morning, and he was giving out with a big romantic line. The postman? Yes, Bill, don't be ridiculous. What could Gracie see in that scrawny, broken-down little runt? And maybe she likes your type. No, it's just the postman. Bill, how could you think that a little sort of... Hey, he's carrying my suit. And my shoes. And my sports jacket. Why, he's even got my shaving mirror. Oh, George, you're looking at the pants of your blue serge suit. Oh, the postman is the gigolo. Gracie couldn't get the money for it, so she's giving him my clothes instead. Why, I'll break every... Bill, hand me a club. Oh, never mind. Hey, Mr. Postman, come here. You call me Mr. Burns. Put up your fist, you little gigolo.
Oh, help, Mrs. Burns. Mrs. Burns. George, what are you... Why, George Burns the idea of picking on that little postman. You let go of him this minute so we can get up off your chest.
Okay, but I caught you. So he's the gigolo who wanted the $20 for.
Gigolo? What gigolo? I wanted the $20 to pay the auctioneer for the antiques I bought today.
What's the point?
The postman, my gigolo. The idea of you thinking I'd have a postal talking popper.
Okay. But who wrote you this love letter?
Who did? Why, George, you wrote this to me.
I did?
Well, certainly. I've saved every one of your love letters, darling.
Really?
Sure. It's the only record I have of how much you owe me.
Come, let's go in the hall.
George and Gracie will be back in a second. Now, here's George and Gracie.
Gracie, I've just been looking over the bills for these antiques. Do you realize that in the last month you've spent $160 of my hard-earned money?
Well, George, if that's the way you feel about it, I'll pay you back.
You can't pay me back. You haven't got any money.
Haven't got any money? My dear husband, have you a blank check on the Southeast branch of
The Northwest Canadian. Oh, my good night.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
Say, Amos, this seems like Sunday.
It is Sunday. You see, Andy, we is on the radio now every Sunday on CBS for Rinso.
That's right. Rinso, the new Rinso with Solium, brings you the Amos and Andy Show. Rinso, the soap that contains Solium, the sunlight ingredient, brings you a full half hour of entertainment with Lou Lubin, Eddie Green, Ernestine Wade, Jeff Alexander's orchestra and chorus, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy. And now, Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Rinso, invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Amos and Andy. Tomorrow is the Kingfish and Sapphire Stevens' 20th wedding anniversary. Just to make sure the Kingfish doesn't forget the occasion, Sapphire has dropped into the lodge hall to give him a gentle reminder.
George, I'm really excited about tomorrow being our 20th wedding anniversary.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
And Mama is, too. I got a telegram from her this morning telling me how happy she was.
So old Flintface is happy about it, huh?
You know, Mama says that she's just been living to see this day.
Yeah, I was wondering what her excuse was for it.
George, just think, 20 years of marriage. You know, statistics show that only one couple in 300 stays together for 20 years.
You think with them odds I'd have had a chance there.
Now, listen, George, the thing I dropped in here for is to remind you that tomorrow night our friends is giving us a party at the Lennox Arms Hotel, and I don't want to be embarrassed. I want a nice present from you that I can show everybody.
Well, now, wait a minute, honey.
George, that's final. I want a gift from you tomorrow night, or else there's going to be plenty of trouble.
She don't mean no $2 gift, neither. She was yelling up there in that $50 bracket. Oh, me, what is it going to do? I ain't got a nickel to my name. Well, come in, Shorty. What's new?
Well, what's new? Well, the latest atom bomb is 10,000 times more powerful.
They're signs to say the world is coming to an end. The Russian army is already not much. What's new with you?
Shorty, I'm going to tell you something. I was in a jam. My anniversary is tomorrow, and I got to give my wife a present, but I flat broke. Say, Shorty, could you loan me some money?
I'd like to, Kingfish, but all my money's tied up at present.
Yeah, well, couldn't you cut the strings and let me have about $50 or something like that?
No, sorry, Kingfish, nothing done.
Yeah, well, maybe I could think of some other way to get the money from Andy. You don't know where he is at now, do you?
Well, he wasn't here a little while ago, and he was all excited about a lecture he went to last night. The fellow that gave the lecture was really intelligent, too.
Intelligent?
Yeah, but one of them Rhodes Scholars and everything.
Oh, one of them fellows that went to college in England, huh?
Yeah, Andy was really impressed with him.
Rhodes Scholar. Shorty, you give me an angle here. That anniversary present for Sapphire is getting closer and closer.
You know something, Kingfish? I wish I was married like you. I nearly was, too, this past summer. I met a gal that I had a lot in common with.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yes. She loves music, and I love music. She loves good books, and I love good books. She loves culture, and I love culture.
Well, why didn't you get married?
We hated each other.
Oh, here come Andy down the hall now. I got to pull this Rhodes Scholarship stuff on him and get $50. I'll put my head down on the desk here and get real sad.
Well, hi there, Kingfish.
Oh, just let me alone, brother Andy. I'll be all right in just a minute.
Well, what's the trouble? I ain't seen you blubbering like this since your wife's mama paid you a visit.
Brother Andy, a terrible thing has done happened. I have been awarded a Rhodes Scholarship, and I don't know whether I'm going to be able to accept it or not.
Rhodes Scholarship, yeah, I hear about them. What is they?
Well, every year they pick some brilliant American student, Andy, to go to college in England, and this year they picked me. And it don't cost nothing, you see. The intuition is free.
Well, what you worried about then?
Well, I ain't got the money for my boat passage. The boat balks off tomorrow, and here I is with my sea legs and no boat. That's very good.
Well, how much is the passage?
Well, the charge by the fathom. If I could only give $50 to get to the Rock of Gibraltar, I could hitchhike from there, you see. That's all I need.
Well, tell me this, Kingfish. What you going to study over there?
Oh, the usual things, and political economy, astronomy, the Einstein theory, spelling, arithmetic.
That sounds like pretty good stuff, all right.
Yeah, then I'll post-granulate with some of that stuff like Latin and Greek and Sanskrit, you know, them dead languages.
Well, when you get that dead language stuff down, Pat, will you do me a favor?
Of course I will, brother. And what?
Tell my Aunt Matilda I was sorry I couldn't get to her funeral, will you?
Yeah, well, I'll take care of everything, Andy. And if I get all magneted up with them cum lauders, I'll handle the situation. Don't worry about me.
Do you stay right in England with that road stuff, Kingfish?
Oh, no. I gets around. I goes to Scotland during the grouse season, Wales for the whaling season, and back to Liverpool for the liver season. You see? All around the circuit there.
Yeah, listen, speaking of this education, how come all of a sudden you get interested in that?
Oh, and ever since I was a boy, I loved to read. Natural, I was too poor to buy books.
Well, what'd you read then?
Oh, anything I could lay my hands on. Bus transfers, old gas bills, blotters. Once I sat up all night reading the eviction notice we got.
Well, you ain't ever read no book while I was around you, Kingfish.
Yeah, well, that's because I've been considerate. I was pretending I was ignorant like you were so you wouldn't feel bad, Andy.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Now, I'm going to explain to you about this Rhodes Scholarship. You see, you know about...
Now, wait a minute, Kingfish. Hold it. I'm going to tell you something. This whole thing sounds fishy.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, man. It is fishy. Now, look here, Andy. I come in clean with you. I need $50, and I need it bad, like I ain't never needed it before. I got to buy my wife an anniversary present before we go to that party tomorrow night. Now, Andy, look here. Please help me, and I guarantee I'll pay you Saturday.
Okay, all right, Kingfish. Here, I'll let you have it.
Oh, good, Andy. You was my pal. Now, excuse me. I'm going to run out now and go shopping and get my wife something. See you later.
Okay.
Oh, boy, Andy saved my life. Let me get out in the street and go shopping. Now, I believe I'll leave the large yard here and cut right over to...
Hey, buddy, come here a minute.
You call me, mister?
Say, buddy, how'd you like to buy this fur coat cheap?
Fur coat, hey, that's nice looking, all right. What kind is it?
It's beaver.
Beaver, huh? Nice and soft. Let me see the inside here. Pretty lining in there, too. Hey, wait a minute. There's somebody's initials in here, BB. What's that BB in there mean?
Well, it ain't a new coat, but it's in great shape.
Yeah, well, I can't afford it, mister. All I got is $50.
You has got yourself a coat.
Sure enough. Well, here you is, mister. Here's the 50.
And here's your coat. Good luck to you.
Holy Moses. I got something for my wife now that she can rave about. I ain't scared of our anniversary day arriving now. When I wake up on our anniversary, that'll be a
great getting up morning.
Yeah, that great getting up morning of our lives. Great getting up morning. Get it. Great getting up morning. Great to get very well.
Going to tell you about the coming of the Savior.
Very well, very well.
Going to tell you about the Savior.
Very well, very well.
There's a better day a-coming.
Very well, very well.
A mighty bright day a-coming.
Very well, very well.
When you arrive, a horn will blow.
Horn will play all the live-long day.
Drums will be thundering in the night.
Harp will be playing till it's light.
In that great getting up morning, in that great getting up morning, in that great getting up morning,
fare you well.
In that great getting up morning, in that great getting up morning, in that great getting up morning,
fare you well.
When my Lord speaks, his Father says, Father, I'm tired of bearing, tired bearing for those sinners.
Fare you well.
Oh, preachers, close your Bible. Prayer leaders, pray no more. For the lost souls converted.
Fare you well. Great getting up morning.
Great to get it.
Great getting up morning.
Great to get
Fare you well.
You know, my wife tells me that women used to dislike fall and winter for one big reason. You couldn't get a wash really nice unless you dried it outdoors on a sunny day. But now cloudy days or rainy days don't mean a thing. Just use new Rinso with Solium. Rinso with Solium, the sunlight ingredient, gives you a beautiful wash whether it's dried indoors or out. Your white clothes turn out actually whiter than new. And all your washable colors even brighter than new. Yes, every house dress or shirt, every napkin, every tablecloth will have a new brilliance you wouldn't believe possible. Those soapy-rich Rinso suds are safe for clothes and easy on hands. Now, you just try Rinso once, and I think you'll say, thank goodness for new Rinso. Remember, new Rinso with Solium puts sunshine in your wash. Ask the man at your store for Rinso.
Well, Henry Van Porter, come in, Henry, old pal, come in.
Hello there, Kingfish. How are you? You certainly seem rather kipper this morning.
Yeah, well, it is, Henry. My anniversary tomorrow. Got a great present for Sapphire, too. Oh, I happy man.
Yes, it's your 20th, ain't it, Kingfish? You know, me and my wife Clara celebrated our 18th last month.
Oh, your 18th, huh?
Yes, and for old time's sake, we got out some of our old momentums. Among them was a piece of old wedding cake that Clara had been saving out of sentiment for 18 years.
Saved a hunk of cake all them years, huh?
Oh, yes, and of course it was a little crummy and stale looking, but on the whole, I'd say the cake held up better than Clara.
Well, Sapphire ain't exactly what you call oven fresh no more neither, you know.
Hey, by the way, Kingfish, what did you get Sapphire for her anniversary?
Well, I done bought a beautiful fur coat. Got a great buy on it, too. She crazy about it. Oh, she loves the thing. She can't wait to have all the gals see it at the party to admire the thing, you know.
Yes, well, that's nice. And say, speaking of fur coats, Kingfish, you know, my insurance company has been working all week on a fur coat case. It seems that one of the gals in the women's club, why, you know her, Bertha Benson. She had her fur coat stolen.
Bertha Benson, that would make her initials BB, wouldn't it?
Well, naturally. Well, anyway, the company is trying to arrest the criminal before they pay the claim. You know, Bertha is especially upset because she planned to wear the coat to your anniversary party tomorrow night.
She coming to my anniversary party, too, huh?
Oh, yes, indeed. Well, I got to run along home for supper, Kingfish. You know, I always tell my wife I like to eat promptly at 6 o'clock, and it's 5 now. That gives me just an hour to cook it. So long.
Oh, me, what a mess. That Brother Benson gonna see Sapphire wearing her coat at the party. I'm liable to go to jail. Wait a minute. Andy, give me the money to buy the thing. On that basis, I could make him responsible and lay the thing right in his lap. Come in, Brother Andy. Sorry to say I got some bad news for you, Andy.
What you mean, Kingfish?
Andy, I done bought a stolen fur coat and you was in trouble.
Yeah, well, I'm glad Hold it a minute here. You bought a stole coat and I was in trouble. I think you was mixed up a little with your language there.
Well, what's wrong with my language?
Well, you got adjectives in there someplace when you ought to have a adenoid.
No, Andy, you see, I bought the coat, but you give me the money to pay for it. Therefore, under the law, you is what is known as accessory before the court. And not only that, but you has violated the Taft-Hartley law, the Tax Pocket Act, and the I.J. Fox Amendment. That's what...
Now, wait a minute, Kingfish. How come you lending me money or me lending it to you makes me guilty? Now, I want to know that.
Well, I was in the clear, Andy. You see, according to the law, you was trapped in what is called a legal technical calamity. You right in the middle of that. That's what you is.
Well, how did that happen?
Well, look at the case of Jack the Ripper, the fellow that went around cutting people's throats. Yeah. You never heard of him getting executed, did you?
No, I didn't even know they caught him.
Of course they caught him. Yeah, but when they examined the knife that he used, it said on the knife, Boy Scouts of America, Troop 7.
Well, what did they do?
Well, they hung the whole troop, Scoutmaster and all.
Wait a minute here. Do the courts allow that? That don't seem fair.
And the purpose of our courts is to give justice. Fairness ain't got nothing to do with it. You
Well, this thing still don't seem right to me, Kingfish.
Now, listen, Andy. They has got you from 7 other angles, too. Or they got you coming and going. You see, by giving me the money to buy the coat, you've also done contributed to juvenile delinquency.
Oh, wait a minute, Kingfish. I thought juveniles was always underage.
Well, that's why they got you, Andy. There wasn't a beaver in that coat that was over 7 years old. And I'm telling you, if you don't play your cards right, they're liable to take you to Alcatraz.
Yeah, I was really in a mess, ain't I, Kingfish?
Yeah, well, Andy, now that you has admitted your guilt before witnesses, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, now, the first thing is for you to get the coat back. Now, I'm going to help you. Now, right now, the coat is in Sapphire's closet up in the apartment, and she's out shopping. We'll sneak up there, and you take the thing out.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, all right.
Now, I'll tell you what, Andy, I'll go ahead and see if the coast is clear. I'll meet you in front of the apartment in 10 minutes. Remember, keep your mouth shut.
Okay, Kingfish.
Well, hello there, fella.
Well, hi, Amos. Hi.
Excuse me, Amos. I was just leaving.
So long, Kingfish.
What's the matter, Andy? You sort of look down in the mouth all over your face there. What's the matter with you?
I can't tell you nothing, Amos. I got to keep my mouth shut. If I don't, a beaver is going to get in trouble with the Taft-Hartley law.
What is that again, Andy? Explain that.
Well, the worst of it is that the Boy Scouts of America is after me. And on top of that, their Scoutmaster, Jack the Ripper, say I was a juvenile delinquent.
look, Andy, I just come in here to say hello. I guess I better drop in sometime when you get your senses back. Suppose I do that, huh?
Yeah, do that. Come back then. You see, I was in trouble, Amos.
Well, now, look, Andy, tell me just once more, and maybe I'll understand the thing. I'll try hard. Go ahead.
But okay, Amos. The nutshell of the whole thing is that if I play any more cards, I'm going to have to take some Alka-Seltzer. That's all. Kingfish, the best thing I ever done was to come up to your apartment here and take this coat away.
Well, all right. Now, come on, Andy. Take the coat, and let's get out of the department before Sapphire gets back.
Okay. Out of the way, lady. We're stealing the fur coat here.
Andy Brown, what you doing with my new coat?
Sapphire.
And you, George. What's going on here?
Well, I tell you, honey, you see, we was,
Give me that coat, George, and I demand an explanation.
Yeah, well, now, wait a minute. You see, sweetheart, on thinking it over, now, wait a minute, I'll explain the thing to you.
You better.
Yeah, I done decided that this coat ain't good enough for your 20th anniversary present. And this was my little way of sneaking it out and getting you something better, much better.
Oh, well, George, that's wonderful. You think more of me than I thought you did.
Yeah, see there?
Oh, I'm awfully sorry I got excited.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ain't back with another present for me to wear to that party tomorrow night, I ain't never going to speak to you again.
How would you like to dazzle the neighbors with a brand new 1949 Mercury four-door sedan? Well, you can if you win one of Lever's great Mercury a Day contests. Every day for 30 days, the makers of New Rinso are presenting someone with a shining, sparkling 1949 Mercury automobile, and it can be you. In all, there are 30 cars and 3,000 cash prizes, $100,000 in cars and cash. There's a contest every day, Monday through Friday, until November 19th. Here's all you do. Finish this statement in 25 words or less. I like Rinso because. That's all. Send your entry with one Rinso box top to Lever's Mercury a Day contest, Box 3, New York, New York. Put the name of your storekeeper on each entry you send in. Only residents of continental United States, Alaska, and Hawaii are eligible. Follow the complete rules on the entry blank you can get at your store. Hurry, enter Lever's great Mercury a Day contest today.
Well, get on in here to Lawyer Stonewall's office.
Oh, come in, Kingfish.
Listen, Stonewall, I was in big trouble. I've been trying to figure out what to do, and I finally said to myself, the only thing to do is to see a reputable lawyer.
What made you change your mind?
Well, I'm talking about you, Stonewall.
Yeah. That's very flattering.
Yeah. Stonewall, here's my problem. Look here, I got a stolen beaver fur coat on my hand. Now, if they catch me with it, I'll liable to be arrested as a thief, and I can't just throw it away because I got to raise some money on it to get my wife another anniversary present.
Yeah, I see. Wait a minute now. I think I got something. The most valuable part of a fur coat is the fur. The skin that the coat is made up of.
That's right, the skin.
Mm-hmm. Well, why don't you cut the coat back into skins and sell them? Ain't nobody going to recognize a bundle of skins.
That's it, Stonewall. You got it. I'll get Andy to help me sell the skins to some store in town. Stonewall, you really a great lawyer.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, I just got back to town this morning. I was called back to defend a client that was charged with burglary, ransacking an apartment. I put up a brilliant defense for him and got him off. You know, that fellow was so happy. He threw his arms around me and hugged me.
He really hugged you, huh?
Yeah, I really defended him on that charge of ransacking an apartment. But you know, after this case was over, I found out a little detail that made me sorry I got him off.
What was that?
It was my apartment that he ransacked.
Oh, that is too bad. Was all of your valuables in the apartment?
Oh, except my gold watch.
Well, at least you saved that, Stonewall.
No, I didn't. He got that this morning when he hugged me. Now,
look, Andy, this is the office of Mr. Wilkins, the store manager. Now, he's waiting to see me now. Now, we got to try and sell him these beaver skins here.
Yeah.
Now, you wait out here with the skins till I called you, and remember everything I told you about the up north stuff and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay, David.
How you do, sir?
You wanted to see me?
Yes, allow me to introduce myself. I is George Stevens of the Stevens Fur Company, known to furrierites everywhere as Happy Trapper Stevens, the smiling Canadian. That's what I am.
Yes, I see. You're a native of Canada.
Oh, yes. I was a real French Canadian, all right. My father was a Quebecite, and my mother come from that place up there on the coast above Nova Scotia.
Oh, Labrador?
Yeah, so that's it. My mother was Labrador Retriever. Yeah, so Anyway, Mother, I just got into town with a shipment of rare beaver skins, and I thought we might do some business.
Well, we might be interested if the skins are in good condition and if they're new.
Oh, yeah, well, you can't get no stale hides from us. You see, we brings the animal direct from the trap to you. Sometimes we get them here so fast you have to club them to death yourself.
Well, Mr. Stevens, your company sounds a little unusual, but if you have any beaver skins to show me, I'd like to look at them.
Yeah, well, just a minute here. I'll call in my head trapper. He's a French-Canadian, too. Oh, Pierre. Pierre Brown. Mush in here, will you? Pierre, I'd like to have you meet Mr. Wilkins.
Parlez-vous, oui, and a happy Klondike to you.
Is he a French Canuck?
Oh, yes, sir. In our company, he is rated as the head Canuck. Ain't you, Pierre?
Oh, yeah. I was one of the biggest Canuckle heads up there.
Say, Mr. Stevens, isn't this a little unusual, you bringing your head trapper all the way to New York with you?
Yeah, well, he had to make the trip anyway. You see, he had to buy some more traps, didn't you, Pierre?
Yeah, I run out of cheese, too.
Don't mind Pierre, Miss Logan. He's been up in the woods too long. He's a little loggy, you know.
Yeah. He seems to be a little on the dumb side, if you ask me.
Yeah, so, well, that's what makes him the great trapper that he is. He got the same intelligence as a beaver, you see.
Listen, Mr. Stevens, could we get rid of these skins in a hurry? My dog sled is double parked downstairs.
All right, Pierre, unwrap the skins there, and we can show them to the gentleman here.
Oui.
Go ahead, let's see.
That is a whole covey of genuine beaver skins.
Oh, my. These beaver skins are identical. Why, I've never seen skins before that were so perfectly matched. How did this happen?
Yeah, how did that happen, Kingfish?
Don't you remember Trapper Brown? All these beavers was close relatives. We was just lucky enough to sneak up on them during a family reunion. That's
Just a minute. Look at this skin here. Why, it's got silk cloth on the stomach.
Yeah, well, you see, to save time, that's how they're breeding them now with the lining already on them.
Yeah, there's even gone further than that. Here's one with a button on it.
That is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of. Get out of here, both of you. I never heard of such a pack of lies in all my life.
Now, just a minute, mister. Is you incinerating that we ain't been telling the truth?
Yes, I am.
Just wanted to know. Come on, Pierre. Let's get out of here.
Oui.
Oh, me.
Listen, Kingfish, I done had enough of this. I'm going down to the police and confess.
Now, wait a minute, Andy. Look here. Don't go to the police. I'm going to tell you the truth. You ain't messed up in this. I told you was, so I could get you to help me.
Well, that's a fine thing, you big bum. Give me that $50. I'll let you have it. I'm going to punch you in the nose.
Well, now, wait a minute, Andy. Look here. I'm going to pawn all my clothes and get $100, and I'm going to give you the 50. And then I'm going to take the other 50 and get my wife an anniversary present before we go to the party tomorrow.
Well, what's going to happen to these skins? They is hot, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tie a rock around them, throw them in the East River, because if I get caught with these skins from Bertha Benson's coat, they is liable to send me to jail as a thief.
Well, Mrs. Benson, that was a delightful rumba.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Vanport. I enjoyed it, too. It's a lovely party. Oh, there's Mr. George Stevens. I haven't had a chance to congratulate him yet on his anniversary. I must do so now.
Yes. Say, Kingfish, you know Mrs. Bertha Benson.
Mrs. Bertha, yes, ma'am.
Mr. Stevens, my heartiest felicitations on your anniversary. May you have many more.
Thank you. I guess if we put up with it this long, we'll keep right on, yeah. By the way, didn't I hear, Mrs. Benson, that you lost a fur coat?
Yes, and it was never recovered, and it was such a beautiful mink coat.
Mink? I thought you had a beaver coat.
Oh, no, it was mink. You thinking of my other coat. I gave that beaver coat to my sister. And you know that crazy husband of hers sold it to somebody in front of the lodge home for $50.
Oh, no!
know, Amos, the way that ended up makes me think there ain't nothing you can count on.
Well, I don't know about that, Andy. Our announcer, John Lake, got a right idea here. You can count on Rinso with sodium.
Amos, it's a sure thing that the white clothes you wash in new Rinso will turn out whiter than brand new. And washable colors even brighter than new. Even on rainy days, even if you dry clothes indoors, you can be certain of a beautiful wash. Indoors or out, new Rinso with Solium puts sunshine in your wash. More women use Rinso than any other wash day soap in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of these days real soon, a neighbor of yours will be around asking you to help out the community chest. You know what a fine job they has always done. So this year, be as generous as you can.
Yes, they really need your help this time, so let's all of us dig down as deep as we can.
You know, folks, everything you give is divided up among your local charities and social agencies. So when the community chest worker calls, give all you can. Give till it helps. Thanks, folks. Good night, and don't forget Rinso.
See you next Sunday.
Be sure to be with us next Sunday at the same time when Lever Brothers Company, the makers of new Rinso with Solium, will again present the Amos and Andy Show. Until then, good night to all of you from all of us.
Amazing? Yes, but doctors have proved it. Lifebuoy Health Soap in your daily bath gets you cleaner than any other leading soap can. Yes, it's true. Doctors know now. You are actually cleaner, safer from BO when you bathe daily with Lifebuoy than when you bathe with any other leading soap. Get mild, refreshing Lifebuoy right away.
Be sure and listen to the Amos and Andy Show at this same time next Sunday. This is CBS, where 99 million people gather every week, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Lever Brothers Company, makers of Swan, the soap that gives you a wonderful new kind of suds, presents
Our Friend Swan
with My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
My name is Jane Stacy, and I live with Irma Peterson. You know, they say that we begin to acquire knowledge from the moment we first see the light of day. And I know it's true because Irma's always going around singing, I am waiting for the sunrise. Now, don't jump at conclusions because I love Irma Peterson, but it's so hard to make her understand things. For instance, the other night we were discussing names, and I mentioned that Johnson means son of John, and Michelson means son of Michael, and Irma Peterson said,
Gee, then I must be Irma, son of Peter.
Well, those things you just don't fight. Especially this lovely Sunday morning when the thoughts of the wonderful time that I had last night are still fresh in my memory. Irma.
Yes, Jane?
I'm so sorry you weren't with us last night. Richard took me to the starlight roof of the Waldorf. We rumbled all evening. It was just heavenly.
I had a date with Al.
Yeah, I know. What did you do?
Well, Al walked me down Broadway and let me read the news bulletins on the Times building.
Naturally. What else?
And then, you know the bus that goes to Chinatown?
Yes.
Al showed me the bus.
It's a reckless plunger if ever I saw one. What else did you do?
Well, then we ran out of money.
So we went to the park. We went to the park and sat on the bench.
I see.
You know, the poor have fun, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, Irma, but, honey, how can you let that no-good loafer see you Saturday after Saturday without ever spending a nickel on you?
What can I do?
Well, at least if you could get him to dance, you and Al could go out with Richard and me. I'd love a double date.
But Jane, Al dances.
Irma, I have seen Al dance with you. And when he swings his legs, it can only be described as the try for the extra point after a touchdown. On a slippery field with a wet ball.
Well, it's the only step he knows. He said he learned it running between railroad ties.
Well, I don't care what he says, Irma. It's up to you to make Al toe the mark.
What do you mean?
Well, today, any half-civilized man can dance the rumba. You know how. Why don't you teach him?
Well, Jane, I'd love to make him half-civilized, but he's against it.
Well, then I have nothing more to say, and you deserve everything you get. Hello?
Hello, Jane. This is Richard.
How's my favorite boss today?
Oh, swell, dear. Say, Jane, keep tomorrow night free.
Yeah?
I'm expecting Mr. and Mrs. Delbert Watkins of Chicago. He's an important client, and I want you to help me entertain them. You know, dinner, dancing.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, it would be nice if we had another couple along so it wouldn't look so much like business. Do you know anyone we might invite?
Well, there's Irma and... Oh, you said dancing.
Yes, I see what you mean. I remember Al's dancing. Thought he was trying to impersonate a wounded grasshopper.
Well, why don't you call back later, Richard? I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Bye, Richard.
Bye.
There, now, you see, Irma, Richard would love to have you and Al along tomorrow night. Honey, now, this is your chance. Al's coming here. Why don't you spend the afternoon teaching him a simple rumba step?
Oh, it's no use. Al would get tired, and second thing you know, we'll be back on the sofa where he wanted to be in the first place.
Oh, Irma, I can't understand you. You like to dance, don't you?
Oh, certainly. Why, I once won a cup in Minnesota dancing the rumba with Harvey Connors.
Well, I only wish he was here now.
Oh, he is.
You mean in New York?
Yes, and he's very successful. He lives at the YMCA.
Well, honey, now that's enough for me. You're going to phone him.
Oh, no, Jane, please. I couldn't go out with another fella. That would be going behind Al's back, and then I couldn't face him.
Oh. Don't be such a martyr, Irma. You're young, sweetie, and you're pretty. Be fair to yourself. Now, how long have you known Al?
5 years.
And what has he spent on you in that time?
5 years.
And you're worried about him. You know, it just burns me up. I never heard of a man so against dancing. Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kravotkin. Hello, Janie and Irma, my two little bottle openers. One straight and one screwy.
Why, Professor?
Excuse me, a little joke I picked up in the hardware store.
Professor, you can help me prove a point with Irma. I maintain that every man dances. Do you?
By me, it's a must.
You see, Irma?
Well, where do you dance, Professor?
In my room. Heater's broke, fireplace don't work, got to dance to keep warm. Why, what's the argument?
Oh, there's no argument. I'll be back, honey.
Oh, Jane, you're not going to call Harvey Connors.
Well, if Al won't take you dancing, Harvey might. Now, I'm not going to let you sit home. Goodbye, honey.
Irma, what's the matter?
Oh, Professor, if you were a girl and your boyfriend couldn't dance and you had a chance to go out, would you take it like a man if you were a girl?
I'd like to give you a straightforward answer if you could only straighten out the question.
Well, Jane's going to invite my old boyfriend Harvey to take me dancing, and, well, that would be two-timing Al. I love Al. What shall I do?
Uh-huh. Well, Irma, there is an old saying.
Well, what is it?
A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
But how does that apply to me?
It doesn't. This is a saying for bird lovers. But you ask a foolish question, you get a foolish answer.
Oh, Professor, I don't know what to do. If I break up with Al, he'll simply go out of his mind.
Then it will really be a shame. Two people so compatible should be apart.
Oh, see who it is, Professor. If it's Al, and I say, come in, Harvey, Harvey won't come in.
We take no chances. Welcome, stranger.
Stranger? It's me, Al. Hello, Professor. Hiya, chicken.
Hello, Al, honey. Why do you look so tired?
Can't sleep. That factory across the street is driving me crazy.
Well, why don't you go to bed early?
I do, chicken, but that noon whistle wakes me up every morning. Speaking of factories, I think I'll go back to my room and punch in.
Punch in?
Yeah, the door is stuck. As they say in English, pip pip. What a language.
Al, I'm glad of this chance to be alone with you because I want to talk to you.
Sure, chicken. What about?
Well, if I said it was for my sake, would you learn the rumba?
The rumba? Baby, that's for sissies. The Park Avenue crowd go for it because they got nothing else to do. And having nothing else to do, they get nervous and start to shake. First thing you know, they meet another of their kind who is also shaking. Put them together, you got a rumba.
Oh, Al, you're so selfish. All you want to do is sit here on the sofa when we could be dancing.
Selfish? Chicken, what I'm doing is for the good of my fellow man. Let me ask you, how many guys in an orchestra?
I don't know. About 15, I guess.
You know how many guys are employed in a sofa factory? 10,000. Should I put 10,000 guys out of a job just to keep 15 working?
Oh, Al, but we'd have so much fun together.
Chicken, what's in back of all this?
Well, if you would let me teach you the rumba this afternoon, we could go out with Jane and Richard and the Watkins tomorrow night.
Sorry, Irma, not interested. No rumba for me. I'm not one of them guys who has to keep bouncing up and down because he ain't got the nerve to look a dame in the eye.
All right, Al, but don't blame me for what might happen.
What are you talking about?
Well, Al, you're not the only pebble in the sea, and there are plenty of fish on the beach.
Now, look, chicken, just because I won't rumba, don't threaten me. You're a sweet kid, but take it from me, guys are very scarce nowadays. Before you find another guy, it might be a long, long time.
Who is it?
It's me, Harvey Connors.
My, how time flies.
Who's that, chicken?
Oh, Al, it's not my fault. You see, Jane said that...
Don't blame Jane. I'll find out for myself. Come in.
Hello, Irma. Gosh, it's been a long time.
Yes, Harvey. I want you to meet Al. Al, this is Harvey.
Hello, Al. It's nice to know you.
Gee, Harvey, you haven't changed a bit.
Neither of you, except you're much prettier.
Harvey, did you ever hear from any of the folks back home?
Just one. Remember Tommy Clark?
Tommy Clark. Oh, certainly. He was the first fellow I ever kissed. Gee, how he could kiss.
Yeah, nice guy. He's a glass blower now.
If I'm not intruding, Bud, why don't you get lost?
Lost? Well, Irma's roommate, Miss Stacy, said something about Irma wanting to go to a dance tomorrow night. That's why I dropped around.
Well, kid, change of plans. Sorry you got to rush along, but keep in touch. If anything turns up, we'll call you. Don't bother to write.
Oh, wait a minute, Al. Harvey's an old friend. We won a rumba contest together in Minnesota. Didn't we, Harvey?
Yes, it's been a long time since I danced with you. Shall we dust off the old insteps and give it a whirl?
Hold up there.
What's wrong, Al?
No girlfriend of mine is going to dance with no fast-talking city slicker.
Now, just a
minute
minute
please,
there.
Al, now don't make a scene.
Hi, everybody. Hey, what's going on?
Oh, Jane, isn't it terrible? They're fighting over me.
They're fighting? Who? Oh, this must be hard.
How do you do?
Time to get out, Jane.
Now, wait a minute, Al. Irma is entitled to some pleasure, and if you don't give it to her, she'll get it elsewhere.
Oh, yeah? Well, not with this guy.
And how are you going to prevent it?
Well, I'll...
Say it, Al.
I'll learn the rumba.
Oh, Al, thanks. I'm sorry, Harvey, but thanks for volunteering.
Oh, perfectly all right, Irma. To tell you the truth, I'm glad it turned out this way. You see, this is the same suit I wore when we won the rumba contest, and it's a little tight on me. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, Harvey.
Well, Al, I'm glad to see that you're such a good sport.
Yeah, well, don't rub it in. I'm going to let Irma teach me today, and I'll learn to rumba so good, she'll think she's dancing with Arthur Murray.
Don't be silly, Al. If I wouldn't go out dancing with Harvey, I'm certainly not going to dance with someone else.
And now Susie Swan sings to us. Listen.
My advice, says Susie, you like this brand new kind of lather, so be choosy. Swan gives you beauty lather, rich as cream. Your skin stays soft as any dream, and fresh as dew. I Swan, do you? Says Susie.
You're right, Susie Swan. And you women will agree that it pays to be choosy about the soap you use for your baths. Yes, it pays to use Swan soap. You see, white floating Swan gives you a wonderful new kind of beauty lather to make every bath tops in enjoyment. Sure, you'll enjoy smoothing that rich, creamy Swan lather on your skin. It feels so soft, so gentle. And you'll enjoy the way Swan's new kind of beauty lather cleanses your skin. Gently, yet so thoroughly, your skin fairly glows with cleanliness. And ladies, here's a special note. You'll really enjoy the new after-bath feeling you have with Swan. Because Swan rinses away so completely, your skin is left smooth and fresh, not all drawn and over-soaked. So, how about enjoying a Swan bath next time? You'll love Swan's wonderful new kind of beauty lather.
For Al's first rumba lesson. The carpet's been rolled up, the furniture's been pushed back, and the phonograph is poised for the opening gong. In this corner, Irma Peterson, 115 pounds and ready for action. In that corner, Al, 165 pounds and ready to jump out of the window. Frankly, I've never seen Irma so happy. I just can't get over the radiant look on her face. Her expression is that of a mother who's about to see her child take his first step. I have a feeling that Al doesn't want to come to Mama. Irma?
Yes, Jane?
Change the needle in the phonograph. It's all ready.
Thanks. Are you ready, Al?
Well, look, chicken, I know I promised, but why should I learn the rumba when I got a whole mess of Charleston steps I've never even used yet?
Oh, come on, Al. Be a good sport. I'm anxious to see how you do, because I want to phone Richard if you're joining us. Come on.
We'll show you. Come on, Al.
I feel like I'm going to the dentist.
Now, Al, first I want you to get to know the rhythm of the rumba music when you hear it. Start the music, Jane.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the wrong record.
Want me to dance or salute?
Oh. I'm sorry, Al. Here it is. It's a wonderful rumba. Si bonnet.
Oh, hold it just a minute, Jane. I want to show Al the correct position for the rumba. Now, Al, take my hand. Oh, no, not so close. Stand back. That's it.
Chicken, if we're going to stand this far apart, there's no point in dancing with you. I can just call you up on the phone.
No, Al, that's correct.
Well, it might be correct, but it ain't fun.
Now, come on, kids. Here goes the music.
All right, now I'll lead you, Al. Ready? 1, 2, 3, step. 1, 2, 3, step. No, Al.
What's wrong?
Well, when you dance a rumba, you're not supposed to move the head, the shoulders, or hips. Just the feet and the knees. Understand?
Okay, but do you mind if the rest of me comes along just for the ride?
Go ahead, Al. Now, come on. Try it again, Al.
1, 2, 3, step. 1, 2, 3, step. No, Al, honey.
What didn't I do now?
When you do the rumba, you don't jump around. You stay in one place.
Can't dance that way, chicken. Got to keep moving.
Why?
The joints I go to, my pockets will be picked in the first aid box. Oh, chicken, I want to make you happy, but I just wasn't cut out for this sissy stuff.
Oh, don't say that, Al. You're graceful.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, certainly. And don't forget, you haven't got a career yet. You could become a great dancer.
Well, never thought of it that way.
Sure, maybe we could become a team. Call ourselves Al and Irma, those dancing fools.
Kind of corny, chicken.
But descriptive.
Or maybe Al and Irma, a boy and a girl, 4 legs, that's all.
Oh, my. Al, are you going to dance?
Try it once more. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, step. 1, 2, 3, step. Oh, no, Al.
What do I get a ticket for now?
Well, you keep shaking your head. Pretend there's a plate of spaghetti on your head and you don't want to spill it. Keep your head erect.
Gotcha. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, step. 1, 2, 3, step. Oh, Al, what are you doing?
Sorry, chicken. Can't concentrate. Getting hungry. Keep thinking of that spaghetti on my head.
Oh, Jane, what's the use? You and Richard better go out with the Watkins alone. I'm in love with the wallflower.
Oh, don't say that, chicken. I tried. It's just one of them things. Some guys is born for the rumba, some guys is born for the sofa.
Now, listen, Al, you promised Irma. You made her send Harvey home, and you're going to learn if you stay here all afternoon. Let me try leading you.
I'm game.
Start the music, will you, honey? And listen, Al, I'm not Jolson, and you're not Sonny Boy, so stay off my knees.
We'll make a definite effort.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, step. 1, 2, 3, murder!
Sorry, Jane. Didn't mean to kick your ankle.
No? What were you aiming at? All right, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, step. 1, 2, 3, step. 1, 2, mother.
Hey, I thought I did pretty good there.
Yes, you did. At mountain climbing.
Oh, we better quit.
No, you don't, Al. Between Irma and me, you're going to learn this rumba if it kills you. Now, come on. 1, 2, 3, step. Come on.
1, 2, 3,
Do
step.
it. 1, 2, that's right. Come on,
step.
Al. Come on.
1, 2, 3, step. Well, girls, how'd I do? Well, Irma, say something. Jane, speak. Well, the two of you are just going to lie on the floor like that upside down.
Jane, do you want some water?
No. See if you can get plasma.
Oh, now, cut the kidding, Jane. I wasn't that bad.
No? Well, let me tell you,
Hello, Emma. How are you, Jane?
Oh, hello, Richard. I was just going to call you.
Say, what happened to this room? Looks like the Super Chief's been through here.
No, we were teaching Al the rumba.
We're waiting for our battle stars.
Jane, I don't know what to do about tomorrow night. Watkins just wired, and he and his wife would like to see the floor show at Bowery Sam's, and I can't get a reservation.
Bowery Sam. Shouldn't be hard to fix.
Well, Al, if there's any way in the world you can swing it, I'd be most appreciative. Now, Watkins' wife is a little eccentric, but he's a big client, and you know what that means.
See what I can do. Only one man who can help us.
Who, Al?
Who else but... Hello, Joe. Al, got a problem. Huh? Why I'm out of breath? Was learning the rumba. Yeah, it's a dance. You know, like Bellows and Yolanda. Huh? No, they was never with Notre Dame. Joe would like to get reservations for a few friends at Bowery Sam's. What's the dope? Uh-huh. 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 Mm-hmm. Now, hold it, Joe. No use, folks.
What's wrong?
The only way I can get you in is if you're my guest.
Oh, Al, that's wonderful.
Oh, no, chicken. Bowery Sam's a classy place. No use me going. Jane would be embarrassed. I can't rumba.
Who says you can?
You did.
Oh, Al, I was just kidding you.
Oh, yeah? How about when I kicked you in the ankles?
Well, that's the latest step, Al. They're doing that all over Bolivia. Is that right, Richard?
Yes, and parts of the Argentine.
I saw it way over in Jersey.
You're not kidding me.
Of course not, Al.
Well, I knew I had talent, but I didn't think it worked so fast. Okay, I'll fix it up right now. Hello, Joe. Al, coming over with party of 6 tomorrow night. Huh? No, you don't have to worry. Somebody in the crowd will pay. Goodbye, Joe. Well, it's all set. Now, look, Richard, I want this understood. If I go along, I want to pay my own way.
Oh, no, I wouldn't think of it.
Okay. Come on, Irma, sit with me down the corner while I get my shoes shined. Want to look good tomorrow night.
But, Al, why don't you wait until tomorrow night to have them shined?
Got the dime in the shoes now. Don't know what the future will bring.
All right, goodbye, Jane and Richard.
Bye.
Bye, kids.
Jane, do you think we were right in kidding Al into believing he could do the rumba? You know, that Bolivian step?
Oh, it can't do any harm, dear. And what's most important, it'll give Irma a chance to have a good time. She's been home so much.
All right, just as long as it can't do any harm.
Well, we finally got to Bowery Sam's, but not before I almost had a nervous breakdown. Irma couldn't decide what dress to wear, and she finally chose an evening gown with a neckline so low, I'm sure the dressmaker had to stand in the hole to sew it. Al? Well, Al looked rather natty in a rented tuxedo. Took Richard and me quite a time to convince him that he could look just as sporty without wearing black and white shoes. Of course, I told Al and Irma to be on their very best behavior because we don't want to do anything that would embarrass Richard and his guest, the Watkins. Well, anyway, Mr. Watkins is seated at my right. We're all at a ringside table. Mr. Watkins.
Yes, Miss Stacy.
I see you like champagne.
Indeed. How about you, Miss Peterson?
Gets up my nose and tickles me.
Oh, Mrs. Watkins is very charming, Dell.
Well, thank you, Richard. Before she comes back from the powder room, I'd like to tell you that she's just come out of the hospital.
Oh, dear, how unfortunate.
Well, between us, I think it's purely imaginary. Helen is sure that she has a stomach ailment. If I can only get her mind off it, I might start to enjoy life. Here she comes.
Well, here I am again.
Say, that's a rumba. You care to rum, Mrs. Watkins?
Ow! Well, I haven't danced in quite a while. You don't do too many fancy steps.
No, I do the Bolivian rumba. Come on, Mrs. Watkins.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jane, isn't it wonderful? This will give Al confidence.
This will really give her a reason to go to the hospital. Oh, Richard, what'll we do?
I warned you.
Oh, don't worry, Jane. Look at Mr. Watkins. He's not nervous.
No? Then why is he putting ketchup in his champagne? Irma, I can't look. I just can't look. What is Al doing now?
I think it's a fancy step. No, he tripped her.
Is she hurt?
I don't know. She's not up yet. Oh, look. Now he's lifting her and spinning her. Jane, is that also done in Bolivia?
Only in the unexplored part. Richard, I'm so sorry, honestly.
Oh, Jane, they're coming off the floor.
Is she still walking?
Yes.
On her hands or her feet?
Well, here we are back.
Darling, you're all right?
Oh, never felt better. This sweet fool kept kicking me in the ankles so much I forgot all about my stomach.
Well, that sounds like my old Helen. Here, honey, I know you haven't had a drink of champagne in 6 months, but how about a drink?
Certainly, dear. Oh, don't bother pouring it. Just hand me the bottle.
That a girl. And Richard, about that 50,000 shares of United, double the order.
Thanks, Dell.
Oh, Al. Al, my ballerina.
That was nothing. Wait till I find out what they're doing in Peru.
I found the bathtub half full of water and several bars of Swan soap floating in it while Irma was busy piling rocks in one end of the tub. She had me for a minute. Then finally I asked for an explanation, and Irma said,
I want the swans to have a place to dry off when they're through swimming.
Oh, that Irma. She just won't make sense about Swan, except when she insists that Swan is the perfect soap for bathing. And that's good sense in anybody's language, because white floating Swan soap gives you a wonderful new kind of beauty lather to make your bath a real beauty bath. Sure, for one thing, Swan's new kind of lather is so mild, so gentle, it's kind to even the most delicate skin. And the way this new kind of beauty lather feels against your skin, so rich, so soft, such a relaxing bath. Yes, you'll really enjoy a bath with Swan, ladies. And you'll love the way your skin feels after a Swan bath, too. Because Swan rinses away so completely, there's none of that tight, over-soaped feeling. Instead, your skin is left fresh and radiant. So for a real beauty bath, try Swan's wonderful new kind of beauty lather next time, won't you?
in Bolivia, everything turned out just wonderfully. But our apartment is no longer the same. Every moment that Al and Irma are together, the phonograph is going and the joint is jumping. In fact, yesterday I said, Irma, you and Al are fanatics about this rumba. Why don't the two of you ever sit on the sofa? And Irma said...
Oh, Al says that's for kids. We have time for that when we grow up.
And the one person who will still be a kid at 90 will be my friend Irma.
My Friend Irma, presented by Swan, another fine product of Lever Brothers Company, was produced and directed by Cy Howard. Tonight's script was written by Cy Howard and Park Levy. Folks, next Monday evening, tune in an hour earlier over most of these same stations for the Lux Radio Theater. And then stay tuned to listen to...
Our friend Swan.
With my friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane. Hans Conried was Professor Kropotkin. Mary Wilson can soon be seen in the Eagle Lion release, Linda Be Good. Ladies, listen. The shortage of fats and oils is still very serious, and it's worldwide. So please, keep on saving every single drop of used kitchen fat. Your butcher will pay you for every pound. Frank Bingman speaking.
Spry with Cake Improver. Spry with Cake Improver.
Spry means higher, richer, lighter, finer textured cake. Spry means easy, sure success with every cake you bake.
Spry with Cake Improver. Spry with Cake Improver.
It's S-P-R-Y, Spry, and it's one bowl method for the most delicious cakes ever. For no other type shortening has Spry's marvelous Cake Improver. Try Spry.
Tune in again to My Friend Irma next Monday evening at this same time. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Cigarette program starring Red Skelton, with David Forrester and his orchestra, our singing star Anita Ellis, Gigi Pearson, Verna Felton, Pat McGeehan, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. It's a pleasure to bring you Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's popular comedian and the star of the Raleigh Cigarette program, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much. Al Skelton's back and Marjorie Main got him. Thank you and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are things tonight with you, Rod?
Oh, I'm really in the green tonight, Red. I went out to Santa Anita today.
Ah, good old Santa Anita, the annex to the Bank of America.
Did you take Mr. Raleigh to the races with you, Red?
No, he hasn't been feeling so well. He's getting that California spring fever.
What's that?
That's double pneumonia that's approved by the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce.
Well, truthfully, Red, the weather has been wonderful out here the last week.
Oh, hasn't it, though? I was over in the park this afternoon. It was so hot, the little squirrels were sitting around with their fur coats unbuttoned. The sponsor's brother gave me that joke. Tomorrow he'll be back on the road selling Raleighs again.
Well, say, speaking of Raleighs, did Mr. Raleigh go back to Kentucky?
Well, not exactly. We went down to the airport, but they couldn't find seating space for him on a plane.
What happened?
Raleigh's back and Skelton got him.
Well, I heard about you talking to Mr. Rowler. Take him to the fights the other night at the American Legion Stadium.
Oh, boy, and did I see a knockout. Boy, what a knockout. Too bad her husband was with her. Mr. Rowley really enjoyed the fights, and we had good seats. I was sitting between two fat ladies.
Were they really fat?
Fat? I felt like a Florida grapefruit between two California oranges. Hey, Anita, did you enjoy the fight?
Oh, yes, Red, but what was that thing that fell out of the fighter's mouth when he got hit in the jaw?
That was his mouthpiece.
Gee, nowadays some lawyers will work any place to make $1.
You're proud of that, aren't you? You're setting television back 10 years, right?
Say, Anita, do you like prize fights?
Yes, I thought the fights were exciting.
You know, I used to be a fighter.
Really? Mm-hmm. Were you like Jim Corbett, stand up and box, or like Dempsey, just slug it out?
No, I was more like reconversion. Somebody was always holding me up.
Really? Did they ever carry you out on a stretcher?
No, I had silver handles sewed onto my shorts.
Say, did you know that I used to be a fighter? Did you know I used to be a fighter?
Boy, you'd never know the way you're wrestling with that line there. You were a fighter, David? What did they call you?
Battleship Forrester.
Battleship Forrester, huh?
Yep, they gave me that name because I always had to be convoy to a neutral corner.
I think I'll loan you out to Jack Kirkwood.
Well, were you ever convoyed to neutral corner, Red?
No, I had a bird dog that used to point it out to me.
Well, truthfully, Red, you don't look healthy enough to be a fighter.
Well, I'm in good shape considering I was very puny when I was a baby. You know, when I was born, I was so puny they were going to drown me.
Why didn't they?
They were ashamed to be seen carrying me down to the river.
Red, is a fighter's life a tough one?
I'll say it is. When he's in training, there's no wine, no women, or no jute boxes.
Well, what does he do for entertainment?
He breaks training. And if Rod will break in here now, I'm sure he has something of great importance to say.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Yes, exhaustive scientific tests of America's 6 biggest-selling brands, certified by a jury of 14 distinguished doctors, including eminent throat specialists, have just proved conclusively. No other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars, so no other is actually safer to smoke. See if you don't agree, Raleigh's are right. Right for taste, right for throat. Try Raleigh's. Enjoy Raleigh's rich tobaccos, that milder, smoother, more satisfying Raleigh flavor. Remember, medical science now offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
And now Anita Ellis sings, you'll have to help me. What is this?
Amato Mio.
Amato Mio?
Mm-hmm. It's from the new picture Gilda. I'm going to introduce it tonight.
Mm-hmm. You better sing something else. I can't pronounce that. Must be a Scandinavian number.
Amato mio, love me forever, and let forever begin tonight. When we're together, Amato mio, I'm in a dream world of sweet delight. Many times you've whispered, Amato mio. It was just a phrase that I'd heard in plays I was acting a part. But now when I whisper, amor mio. Can't you tell I care by the feeling there? For it comes from my heart tonight or never. My love, my darling, my arms must hold you and hold you tight. Amor mio, love me forever and let forever begin tonight.
Tonight, the story from the Skelton Scrapbook of Satire is entitled Telephone. Our characters are fictional. If there's any similarity to persons living, they're imposters. Chapter 88 of Telephones is entitled I Want a Telephone. This is the story of Willie Lump Lump and the trouble he had to go through to get a phone.
Hey, where's the guy who gives out the telephone? Service!
May I help you, sir?
Ah, shut up. I want a telephone.
Have you entered your application?
Yeah, I entered my application real early. You'll find my name right after Alexander Graham Bell.
Have you ever had a telephone before?
Yeah, and I got bills to prove it here.
If you want a telephone, you'll have to pay this old bill, and then I'll put your name on the waiting list.
Well, I'm a veteran. Does that make any difference?
Yes, if you're a veteran,
Yeah.
I can put your name on the preferred waiting list.
Now you're talking. How many are ahead of me, huh?
Well, let's see. There were 3 veterans' applications this morning.
Only 3?
Yes. That makes your number 89,643.
Look, I want a phone while I'm still young enough to hear who's talking.
Is a telephone essential in your job?
It most certainly is.
What do you do for a living?
I play the races.
I'm sorry, young man. I'm sorry, but that doesn't qualify for immediate installation of a phone. Due to the extra load on our present facilities and the shortage of new equipment, emergency certificates get first attention. A doctor's certificate that proves a person is 100% incapacitated might help.
Windy, old birdie. What is this incapacitated stuff? What's that?
Incapacitated means that you're in such bad health you may need medical attention at any time of the day or night.
Well, the shape I'm in, that ought to be easy. Look, I go pick up a wife and go over and see my doctor, huh?
Hurry, Willie. Maybe we can get to the doctor's office before he closes for the day. Oh, look, Willie, there's a parking place.
Yeah, there's a guy backing into it. I'm going to beat him to it.
Willie, don't try it. We'll have a wreck.
Oh, no, we won't. What's this, Will? Bullshit, isn't it?
They ought to take away your learner's permit. They'll give us a ticket for parking here.
Oh, I don't see no red fire plugs, and I don't see no red zones.
But, Willie, people don't park on the sidewalk.
Well, there ain't no sign that says that I can't, either. Come on, let's go in and see the doc about getting a telephone.
Now, when you get into the doctor's office, look sick, so he'll give you a certificate for a telephone.
Okay, give me a kiss, will you?
Why, Willie?
You said you wanted me to look sick, will you?
Excuse me, I'm Miss Duzick, the nurse. Do you have an appointment?
Yeah, but if you want to go anywhere, I'll break it.
Willie, aren't you forgetting where you are?
No, I just forgot where you were.
If you'll come this way, you can see the doctor now.
Thank you. She's pretty.
Come in, Mr. Lump Lump.
Dr. Dowd, howdy doody.
Sit down, please. Say, what happened to you? Your clothes look terrible.
Yeah, my wife let them lay on the floor last night.
Well, wouldn't she pick them up?
She couldn't. I was in them.
Now, Mr. Lump Lump, precisely what did you want to see me about?
Well, I want to see about a certificate, a piece of paper for an emergency phone. I'm a sick man.
You're so sick.
The life insurance salesman took back his calendar this morning.
Well, where do you feel sick? What seems to be the trouble?
I can't breathe.
If you can't breathe, how do you stay alive?
Now I just don't think about it.
Last time you came to see me, I told you to drink 8 glasses of water a day.
That's what I've been doing.
You've just been drinking water?
Yeah. Or might spike it with a little something to kill the taste.
Oh, I'm sorry, Willie, but I can't give you a certificate for a phone.
How can I carry on my business without a phone?
You don't need one to carry on your business.
Oh, yes, I do. Every week I got to call up the Social Security and see if my unemployment check is ready.
Willie, why don't you go home and sleep it off?
Because I ain't tired of it yet.
Now, look, I'm busy. Go on, get out of here.
Look, I got to have a phone. My head keeps ringing all the time. I'm always trying to take my ears off the hook. I answer them.
I'm going to take your head off the hook if you don't get out of here.
All right, you will help me get a phone. I'm going to take this one off your desk.
Now, Willie, stop that.
Yeah, now I got it.
You're not going to get through this door with it.
I'll go through the window with it then.
Don't be silly. It's a 3-story drop.
I know what I'm doing.
You still know what you're doing?
Yeah, but I'm doing it with a broken neck now.
Remember, medical science offers you proof positive. Remember, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Tyrone Power, star of 20th Century Fox's forthcoming The Razor's Edge, says, quote,
I changed my mind about cigarettes after I saw the certified reports. Medical science has proved no other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. Thus, no other is safer to smoke. I'd rather have a Raleigh. Raleighs are right.
You're right, Tyrone Power. Raleighs are right. So, friends, next time, try Raleighs. Enjoy Raleigh's rich tobaccos, that smoother, milder, more satisfying Raleigh flavor. Remember, medical science now offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
David Forrester and his orchestra now play The Man I Love by George Gershwin. Chapter 89 of Telephones is entitled The New Telephone. After waiting a year and a half for a telephone, you really appreciate it when it's finally installed. It makes you so happy that you forget all your troubles. Even Junior, the mean little kid.
Where are you?
If I tell you, you won't like it.
Junior, if you don't tell me where you are, I'll come after you.
I know you won't, kiddo. Eyes up on top of the garage roof.
Please come down off the roof. You might fall on the driveway and crack the cement.
Yeah. Well, you sure does love me, don't you, huh?
I have some candy for you.
Oh, no, you ain't tricking me, kiddo.
All right, you stay up there. The man's finally coming to install our new telephone, and I want you out of the way.
No, I'll be right down, kiddo. I will slide down the roof into my sandbox.
Junior, be careful. You might tear your trousers.
What trousers?
Here.
The grass.
And your good play suit, too.
Yeah, okay, kiddo. Where's my candy? Where's my candy?
I have here a hairbrush and a piece of candy. Which do you think you deserve?
Well, there's no doubt about it, Grandma. I deserve the hairbrush. You ought to beat me within an inch of me, like climbing up there and taking chances like that. Spare no pain, boy. Yes, I know it will wear you out, but go ahead. I want you to just beat me and beat me and Well, now you know how I feel, so just give me the candy.
That's enough. Now you get into that house.
Okay. Hey, who did you say was coming?
The man to install our telephone. And if you'll behave, I'll give you a cupcake.
When?
If you're good, you'll get it for dessert.
The big one or the little one?
That all depends on how good you are.
Crumbs again. Boy, you sure is happy one today, Grandma.
I'm so excited.
Yeah?
Getting a phone these days is just like a blessed event.
Really? Hey, Grandma, was I a blessed event?
No, you were a dirty trick.
I like that. The neighbors are applauding it. Don't talk so loud. The neighbors are listening. Was you surprised when I was arrived? Was the folks surprised? Was my mommy surprised?
Yes. She was expecting a child.
Yes. Sometimes when you talk to me like that, I feel like running away with little orphan Annie. Nobody loves me. I'm just a poor little urchin.
Don't cry.
I don't want it anywhere, I know.
Junior, you're going to cry.
I'm going to cry.
Poor baby.
You're just poor baby.
Would he like 15 cents to get a soda?
No. He would like 16 cents as a tax, you know.
Bless his little heart.
Yeah, bless his little heart.
He's trying to trick me into something.
Yeah, he's trying to trick you into something. No. I knew I would carry this too far someday.
Oh, there's the telephone man.
I will go. We are going to get a telephone. Welcome to the House of Horrors, Dracula. Are you the man from the telephone company?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, my name's Junior.
Junior. I think you're a nice little fella.
I think you got a lot to learn.
Hello. We've been expecting you.
Yeah, for nearly 2 years. You was as scarce as butter, you know.
You've had a telephone in here before, I understand.
Yes, the box is right over there.
Good. I'll have to open the box to check the wire. It's full of marbles. Somebody's been in this box.
Yeah, there must be pack rats around here. Pack rats, them little rats with packs on their back.
Junior, don't you pester the phone man.
Oh, he's not bothering me. I have a little boy just like him.
Yeah? What reform school is he in?
Now remember, Junior, you behaved yourself. Mm-hmm. You know why we lost our phone before, don't you?
No.
You were always cutting the cord with my scissors.
No.
Oh, you were much younger then. You wouldn't do anything like that now, would you, Junior?
No, I should say not. Cutting cords with scissors. That was because I was such a widow child, you know. I got bigger ideas now.
Well, just watch your step, young man. I'm going into the kitchen to prepare dinner. And, Junior, don't forget, I've got the hairbrush with me.
Now, I know, kiddo. You wouldn't look like your natural self without that thing in your midst, you know. Oh, she is sweetie, she is. I get on her nerves, but she is a sweetie. Oh, I love that, Grandma.
You know, women sure cause a lot of trouble.
She causes blisters.
Say, you know, you're a smart little fella. What are you going to be when you grow up?
Probably hung. Hey, what you doing there? What you doing?
You just watch me closely, and I'll show you how I install the telephone.
Oh. Hey, when you kneel down like that and your feet out in the back like that and you can't see what's going on, did anybody ever give you a hot foot?
No, indeed, Sonny. The guy doesn't live that would try doing that to me.
You talk like a stranger in town, don't you?
You wouldn't think of giving me a hot foot, would you, Junior?
No, I do it without thinking.
Hand me that hammer over there.
The hammer?
Yes, give it to me,
Okay, you asked for it.
Oh! Did you do that on purpose?
It slipped out of my hand. Look at that lump on your cocoa there. Look at that. Oh, boy, ain't that a dandy. You like to match it up on the other side there? It slipped, believe me, the hammer slipped.
Well, all right, I believe you.
You do?
Yes, we all make mistakes.
Not like I done.
Well, there we are.
Yes?
Telephone's all connected.
Well,
what do you think of it?
I don't think it's going to last long, truthfully.
Now, I'm going outside and check the wires. I know you'll keep your hands off it while I'm gone.
I might crisscross the wires a little, you know.
Oh, no, you wouldn't do that, would you? You're kidding me.
You just keep laughing, kiddo. You wait till you call up somebody and the guy who answers turns out to be you. You'll find out, kiddo.
Well, I'll trust you.
Yeah. Oh, boy, here I is with a phone. I shouldn't mess with her. And then again, I should. I'd learn to talk on them, you know. Then again, I don't know why I waste my time. I'm going to do it anyhow. Oh, boy, I'm going to have fun with this thing. I'm going to call up the fire department and the police. Oh, boy, what possibilities. I wonder if this thing works yet. I'm going to test it. Hello? 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 Sounds like somebody snoring on the other end. Maybe there's a bee in it. Get out of there, baby. Bite. Come on, get out of there. A bite to make him think I'm a bee. Come on, get out of there. I'm going to get you out of there before that man comes back. Boy, he'll be proud of me. Now, let's see. Where's the screwdriver and his hammer? I'm going to take this thing apart here. Get out of there now, will you, please? Come on, bite, get out of there. Boy, it's putting up a great fight, ain't it? I got to eat more Wheaties. I got to turn this thing to pieces. Hello? Well, the button stopped anyhow.
Well, kid, everything's shipshape, as we say in the Navy.
I think it's snafu, as we say in the Cub Scout.
What's going on in here? Good heavens, what's that mess on the floor?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
The telephone!
Give that lady a box of Milky Way!
Now you're going to get...
No.
You hit me. I'd love to spank him, too.
Sorry, line is busy.
Remember, we'll all be back in the next Tuesday at the same time. Red Skelton, David Forster, his orchestra, Nita Ellis, Verna Felton, G.T. Pearson, yours truly, Rod O'Connor. Till next Tuesday, then.
This is Red Skelton saying goodbye now, and thanks for listening. Last week was Brotherhood Week. Why not make every week?
Brown and Williamson invite you to other good listening throughout the week. Hear the Raleigh Room starring Hildegard tomorrow night, and People Are Funny with Art Linkletter Friday night. And return with Red Skelton next Tuesday. Red Skelton is heard in this program through the courtesy of Metro Golden Mare.
Sir Walter Raleigh. That's the smoking tobacco superior on all counts.
Blended from the finest, rich, ripe, burley tobaccos.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Mellowed with just a touch of rum to bring out a richer, fuller, more mellow flavor.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Smokes all the way down to the bottom of the bowl. Never leaves a soggy heel in your pipe. Just a clean, dry ash.
Yes, gentlemen, it all adds up to Sir Walter Raleigh. Next time, try Sir Walter Raleigh, the quality pipe tobacco of America.
Red Skelton is brought to you by the Brown and Williamson Tobacco Company.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Now let's find out what happens when Chester A. Riley decides to sign up for acting lessons.
The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley.
To those who are interested in facts and figures, statistics show that 9 out of 10 married men lie to their wives. The 10th man is a widower. And so tonight, let's not be dismayed to discover that Chester A. Riley has lived up to statistical expectations.
Hi, Mom. Is Pop home yet?
No, dear. He's working overtime tonight.
That's what he says.
What do you mean?
I just saw him on television.
What?
Yeah, I was watching a wrestling match in the television store in Crenshaw. And all of a sudden, there's Pop in the audience.
But that's impossible. He said he's working tonight at the plant.
But I saw him. Just as clear as anything.
Why, you must have been mistaken. Hello? Oh, no, he didn't come home yet, Mr. Gillis. No, he's working late tonight. What? You did? You sure it was Riley you saw? Oh, now, it couldn't have been. He told me he had to work, and he wouldn't lie to me. Goodbye. Oh, wait till I get my hands on that man.
I told you it was Pop.
Hi. Guess who I just saw on television? You saw him, too? Oh, you know?
Yeah, I saw him, too.
Well, I thought Daddy was working tonight.
Yeah, we live and learn.
Well, why should he tell a fib?
Oh, shh. I think I hear him. Now, listen, children. Don't you kids say anything.
Hi, kids. Everybody still up?
Hello, dear.
Oh, gee, I'm bushed. I had an awful tough night at the plant. Hey, honey, would you get up and let me lie down on the couch a minute? I'm really beat.
Why, certainly, sweetheart.
Oh, this feels good.
You poor dear.
I may have to work again next Friday. Maybe every Friday.
I hate to see you working so hard, darling.
Oh, I don't mind doing it for my family. We'll need the extra money if we're going to take that vacation trip in Yosemite this summer.
You really had a hard night, dearest?
Oh, yeah, it was murder.
Who won?
Gorgeous George. Boy, you should have seen how... You want the couch, Peg?
Chester Riley.
Now, wait a minute, Peg. Before you start accusing an innocent man of lying, just tell me one thing. How did you find out?
Chester Riley? Answer me.
I didn't mean to lie, Peg. Honest, I went to the plant, and the job wasn't ready, and this guy had a couple of passes.
Well, why didn't you phone and let me know?
Well, I was going to phone, only I was afraid you wouldn't let me go.
Why shouldn't I? You're over 21. You're entitled to go to a wrestling match. Why should I object?
Well, gee, I had you all wrong, Dumpling. Can I go next Friday?
No.
Why not? I'll still be over 21. Why can't I go?
Because of what you did tonight.
How did you find out anyway?
I saw you on television.
Me too.
Television. I always said no good would come of that invention.
You look great, Pop.
When I did?
Yeah, I saw you real close.
Huh? How was I doing?
You were talking to that blonde next to you.
Shut up.
From the golden age of radio theater, you're listening to The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix. This radio show is responsible for putting a couple of phrases into popular usage. For example, the title of the program, The Life of Riley, came to mean living the life of ease and luxury, which Riley was always seeking to do. Also, the phrase, what a revolting development this is, was popular in the 40s and 50s, and Ziggo Adele's, you're looking fine, Riley, very natural, got a lot of giggles back in the 40s and 50s. Now, back to The Life of Riley.
I got the surprise of my life when I saw you, Daddy.
Yeah, where were you?
Over at Margie's house. You look wonderful.
I did, eh?
All the girls said you looked positively handsome.
Did they? Yeah, you hear that, Peg?
Oh, don't get excited. After those ugly wrestlers, anybody'd look good.
Oh, yeah, well, let me tell you... Hello? Oh, hello, Mrs. Morris. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, it was me. You really think so? Oh, go on. You're just saying that. Well, of course, I didn't have any makeup on. Yeah, well, maybe I will. Thanks for calling. Goodbye. It was Mrs. Morris. She said I should go on television. As an actor, she means.
Oh, she was kidding you.
What do you mean? She said I look very natural.
Of course you look natural. You didn't know the camera was on you and you weren't doing anything.
I was so. I was flirting with that blonde, wasn't I? I mean, I was talking to her. Hey, listen to this in the paper. Actors wanted for television at once. Now casting major production. You too can be a star. No experience necessary. Apply for interview and audition at Stardust Television Productions. Oh, what do you think of that?
Well, what about it?
It might be a good idea for somebody to look into.
Who?
Me. Who else?
Oh, Dad. You an actor, Bob.
Well, what's the big joke? I always thought that I had talent for acting. Well, what about all those people at phones yesterday? We must have gotten 10 calls. Oh. Everybody said I look very natural.
They were ribbing you. Don't be ridiculous.
Well, I don't see what's so ridiculous. After all, where are the television stars of the future going to come from? Unknowns like me?
At your age.
Well, so what? Who knows? Maybe I'll turn out to be the Ezio Pincher of television. Come enchanted evening.
Oh, look, Riley. You put all this acting nonsense out of your head, or I'm...
Okay. No harm in talking about it. Hey, I'm late. Goodbye.
Wait a minute.
What?
Here.
Oh, what's that?
$50. The vacation money.
Boy, we got as much as that?
Mm-hmm. And if we keep on saving the way we have, there'll be more than enough by summer. Now, here, Riley. On your lunch hour, make a deposit in the bank.
Well, why don't you just leave it in the bowl in the cupboard?
It's too much money to leave lying around the house. It isn't safe.
Oh, who's going to break into our house?
I'm not worried about somebody breaking in. I'm thinking about an inside job.
Well, don't be silly, Peg. Junior wouldn't... Oh. Well, that's a fine attitude.
Stardust Productions. Oh, it's you, Bill. Yeah? You sure? Okay, thanks for the tip. What's up, Gilbert? The DA's office is on to us.
I figured to happen sooner or later.
Those stories in the Daily News finished us. We better blow town.
Too bad we can't milk a few more suckers.
Too risky. We better leave tonight. Start packing.
Well, what do we do with all those screen tests we made with the jerks?
Leave them here. What good are they? Come on, let's get moving.
Good morning. Is this the Stardust Productions?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Well, I read your ad about actors.
Sorry, no more casting.
Oh, I thought maybe no more parts.
No, sorry you had to come down all the way down here.
Oh, that's okay. I was passing by anyway on my way to the bank to make a deposit. Goodbye.
Hold it, mister.
Huh?
Say that again.
Goodbye.
No. What you said before that.
Huh? Oh, I said I was just passing by on my way to the bank to make a deposit.
Remarkable. Joseph, have you ever heard a voice with such resonance? Such timbre?
Never. Come over here to the light, Mr.
Riley.
Turn around.
Hmm?
Remarkable. Gilbert, have you ever seen such a face before?
Never. And I never expect to again. It's 1 in a million, the perfect TV face.
Well, everybody's been telling me that I look very natural.
Only come to us a few days ago, sir, before all the parts were cast.
Yeah, well, maybe in your next production...
Wait a minute. By George, we'll write a part in for you.
You will? Honest? Well, gee, I can't believe it. When do I start?
Tomorrow morning. Of course, it depends on whether we okay your test.
Test?
Yes, to give us an idea how you look on the screen. All the big TV stars have to take a test.
Oh, well, sure, I understand. I ain't worried. I'll pass. When do I take it?
Right now, if you can pay the test fee.
Oh, there's a fee.
Oh, naturally. Expenses involved, cameraman, makeup, lighting, processing film. You understand?
Oh, sure. How much will it be?
Around 100.
100?
Of course, you're not interested.
Oh, no, I am. But all I got is $50.
50, eh? Riley, to help give the world your face, we'll cut it in half. $50 will be quite all right.
Thanks. Only I ain't handing over any dough until I get a contract. I wasn't born yesterday.
Joseph, get a contract.
Yeah.
There you are. Sign right here.
Well, I see that I'm dealing with businessmen. Here's the 50. Where do I sign?
Right here. Fine. All right, Joe, get the camera set up for Riley's test.
Right.
Now, Mr. Riley, here's the scene I want you to study for the test. As soon as Joe's got the camera set up, we'll be ready to shoot.
Oh, thanks.
Don't be nervous.
Oh, I won't. This part here, this is only words, dialogue. What about the actions? Are you going to show me the movements?
Oh, you mean the business?
Yeah.
Don't worry. Before we're through with you, we'll give you the business.
Oh, that's wonderful. I can hardly wait. Hey!
Oh, hello, Riley.
Peg, my darling, kiss me.
Riley.
Put your arms around me and hold me tight.
Riley.
I adore you.
Oh, well, you hadn't kissed me like that in years.
Well, I didn't mean it. I was just acting. Oh, boy, have I got news for you. Babs, Junior, come in here. Boy, have I got news.
You got a raise.
A raise? That's chicken feed. We're going to be rich and famous. What's up, Pop?
Excitement.
You are now looking at one of the future stars of television.
You, Pop? You, Daddy? What are you talking about?
I mean it. In a couple of months, I'll be right up there with all the great stars. Hopalong Cassidy, Cyclone Malone, Time for Bernie.
Riley, what's this all about?
I just signed up to star in a television production, the Stardust Review.
You what?
You're kidding, Pop.
You're going to act?
Oh, you don't believe me, huh? Well, laugh this off. My contract, there you are.
You've got a contract?
Well, certainly, I insisted. I wanted to be sure that this is no racket. I start at $200 a week.
Daddy. Are you sure it isn't a swindle of some kind?
How can it be a swindle? I got a contract, ain't I? I'm protected by law. Ain't it wonderful?
Oh, there's something wrong somewhere.
Well, that's a fine attitude. Here I get the big break of my life. And instead of encouraging me like any other wife would, you knock me. No wonder there's so many divorces in Hollywood. Mental cruelty, that's what it is. Go on, why don't you tell Luella Parsons about me?
I didn't mean to knock, dear, but it's such a shock. I find it hard to believe.
Well, you better get used to the idea that your husband's going to be a big star on television. Dumpling, will you stop worrying? In a few months, you'll tune in on our television, and what do you see? Cuckoo, Fran, and Riley. Hurry up, Peg. I don't want to be late. Can't afford to hold up production.
Oh, where is this place?
It's right in here. Come on, hurry up.
Are you sure they'll let us on the set?
Of course. After all, I'm the star.
Well, look at all these people.
Yeah, probably my extras. Come on. Excuse me. One side, please. Step aside.
Who are you shoving, Mac? Who do you think you are?
My good man, I happen to be the star of this here production. Step aside.
You're the star. Are you kidding? I'm the star.
Oh, no, you're quite wrong.
There, you see? Tell him, lady.
I'm the star. I'm the star, too. I'm going to sing. Meow, Lorraine. Ha, Slippity-clop, slippity-clop, over hill and plain.
Quiet. I'm the star. I've got a contract here. Well, I'm the star here. Shut up.
Your attention, please. Quiet, please. Quiet. Folks, I'm from the district attorney's office. The men who ran this business have skipped town. They're fakes, and there's a warrant out for their arrest. Now, we may need you as witnesses, so please leave your name and address with my assistant before you leave.
Peg, where are you?
I'm right here, dear.
Take me home.
Grandma, ain't I going to be on television? No, darling. We're going home. I want to be a television star.
So do I.
From the golden age of radio theater, you're listening to The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix. Now back to The Life of Riley.
Oh, come on, Riley. Snap out of it.
I don't understand. I just don't understand. They look so honest. They gave me a test and all.
Now, look, be sensible. After all, it isn't the end of the world. Oh, it could have been worse, Daddy.
Not the way I feel now.
You're lucky you found out in time before it cost you any money.
Peg.
Riley.
Well,
You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't give him money.
Yeah.
You couldn't have been that foolish.
Well, you don't know me like I do.
How much? How much did you give him?
Only $50.
$50. $50?
Yeah.
Gee, Pop. Where did you get $50? Where did you get it?
Peg, what do you say this summer we go to Ocean Park, huh?
Vacation money. Oh, no, Daddy, you couldn't have.
Oh, not the Yosemite money.
You took every cent we saved for the last 6 months. The children chipped in nickels and dimes out of their allowance. You took that money and gave it to a couple of crooks when you knew that for years we've been dreaming about going to Yosemite.
I know, but what's so wonderful about Yosemite? I mean, take away the mountains and the trees, stick in an ocean and some smog, and you got Ocean Park.
I'll never forgive you for this, Riley. Never.
No, Peg.
Don't speak to me.
No, Peg, wait a minute. Bedsy, darling. Peg, Bed. Junior, my boy, you understand. Oh, what's the use? What's the use of going on? I ought to shoot myself. Who's there?
It is I, Digby Odell, the friendly undertaker.
All I need now is a gun.
Something wrong, Riley?
Oh, Digger, I'm in an awful mess. I got taken in on a television racket.
You should have consulted me. I know all about TV. I sponsor a television show.
You do?
Oh, yes. You've heard of Life Can Be Beautiful?
Yes.
My show is called A Date with Digger. The story of a struggling young undertaker who began at the top and worked his way down.
Well, I got to take a look at your TV show. Is it one of them kinescopes?
Oh, no, Phil. If you'll excuse the expression, we do it live.
Digger, do you think television is here to stay?
Oh, yes. But not the shows that are on it.
I was sucker enough to think I could be an actor.
Why not? It's all a matter of coaching you to be natural. Most amateurs are too stiff. But I can take anyone, no matter how stiff he is, and make him unbend.
Well, I got took in by a couple of crooked producers. They swindled me out of $50.
Oh, why didn't you come to me? I know all about these talent rackets.
Well, it's too late now. I always come to you when it's too late to do anything about it.
Most people do.
Peg'll never forgive me. It was our vacation, though. Hello?
Mr. Chester Riley?
Speaking.
My name is Conrad. I'm with Acme Television Productions. We understand you made a TV test for Stardust Productions, and we're interested...
Well, I ain't. I had enough of television. I ain't going to be gypped again. I've been taken for my last ride.
Don't be too sure of that.
Mr. Riley, you don't understand. We want to buy that test.
No. Huh? You saw it?
Oh, yes. We got it from the district attorney's office. It's just what we need for our program.
You mean that you want to use it on television?
Yes, and we'll pay you $100.
$100?
Yes, you see, the type of program we
Well, I don't care what kind of program, as long as it's on the level.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll send a messenger over immediately with a contract and a check.
Yeah, well, look, you better make it cash. It's no deal unless you send cash.
Well, all right, Mr. Riley.
Yeah, well, hey, wait, when's the show?
Tonight at 9, Channel 4.
Oh, swell. Thanks for everything. Digger, congratulate me. I just got a new lease on life.
And you want me to congratulate you?
Wait till I tell you what happened. You see?
What are you yelling about?
Oh, Peg, the most wonderful thing. I'm going to be on television after all.
Oh, Riley, now I'm warning you.
Wait a minute, will you? Let me tell you, this time it's on the level. They're using my test. They're going to pay me $100. The messenger's on his way. You'll see me on television tonight.
I don't believe it.
Well, ask Digger. He heard, ain't it true, Digger?
So I gather.
Peg, call everybody up, all our friends. Tell them to come over tonight and watch me. Everybody we know.
Riley,
Riley.
We haven't got a set.
That's right. So we'll get one on approval. Just for tonight, and then we can send it back. Huh?
Can you do that?
Oh, sure. They send it over to your house, you keep it for 10 days, and you send it back.
Very interesting plan, but it would never work in my business.
Hey, get on the phone and start calling. Tell everybody that tonight a star is born.
Don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
What do you mean, Gillis, you don't believe it? Here's the dough I got. Look, 100 smackers.
Maybe I'm crazy. I guess on television anything goes.
That's so. Where'd you see me act?
Daddy, it's 9 o'clock.
Well, hurry up. Tune in to set, Channel 4. We don't want to miss the beginning. Quiet, everybody. Quiet. Friends, I just want to say that I appreciate you all coming over here tonight to be with me and congratulate me on my success. This means a whole new future. And I just want to say that no matter how high up the ladder I may climb, I'll never forget the less fortunate ones I left below me. And that goes for my wife and kids. I mean, I won't be...
Speech making already. Let's watch the television.
Daddy, I think I've got it.
Well, quiet, everybody. Oh, gee, I'm nervous.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we bring you our regular weekly feature, There's One Born Every Minute. What kind of a program is that? What's that mean, there's one born every minute?
Well, it must mean a star is born. Sure, that's it, a star is born. You're stupid, Gillis.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a program of special interest to residents of Los Angeles. We are going to show you a screen test that was made the other day. A scene from Romeo and Juliet. And the part of Romeo was performed by an unknown actor, Chester A. Riley.
That's me. Did you hear that? That's Chester Riley?
We present this scene without any further comment for the moment.
Here I am. You see me? That's me. You see me?
Holy smoke, you're wearing your long underwear.
Those are tights. You see, I'm going over to the balcony now.
Yeah, we got eyes.
Juliet's inside. Here's where I talk. Quiet. Shh, no talking.
I hope you ain't going to climb no balcony in them tights.
What soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but thick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off, it is my lady. Oh, it is my love.
Don't let this happen to you. This is the first time the man you just saw, Chester Riley, has ever acted in his life. And having seen him, I'm sure you'll agree it should also be the last.
No.
Chester Riley was victimized by unscrupulous talent racketeers who led him to believe he was destined for stardom and then proceeded to swindle him out of $50.
Turn it off.
To the citizens of this city, we say, beware of these dishonest talent shops who prey on the gullible aspirants for movie and television fame.
I'll smash.
Don't be a Chester Riley. There's one born every minute.
Shall I get you another compress, Riley?
No, it'll be all right. Oh, my head. Where is everybody?
They went home, dear.
I guess they were all laughing at me.
Oh, what do you care?
Peg, why do you put up with me? I'm no good. I don't make a good living. I lie to you. I'm always making trouble for you, embarrassing you. Why do you stick? What is there about me that made you put up with me all these years?
Can't you guess?
Well, yeah, I know, but looks ain't everything.
Well, so Chester A. Riley didn't become a big-time TV star after all. Those other breaks. But the fact of the matter is, the life of Riley did translate to television. The first Riley on TV, as I've mentioned before, was Jackie Gleason, and William Bendix played the role. This is Rick Ride speaking, thanking you for being with us and inviting you to join us again as we turn back the clock to relive the golden moments of radio's yesteryear and present the greatest radio shows of all time here on the Golden Age of Radio Theater.